Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Backlog Banter. My name is Tucker Hazel. Today, I'm joined by Bo, special guest, Botox Games of Botox Games fame. How's it doing? How's it doing? How you going? You know what I'm saying?
How's it doing?
How's it
It's
going?
been a while since I've been on this channel,
Too long,
but
some
I
might
think we
say.
have a cool topic this time, so I'm excited
We do, yes.
to get into this.
Gosh, I love video game box art. Part of my one of the reasons why I love collecting games is I have this weird obsession with laying out sets of games on like the floor and being like, oh, look how cool they look with like the box art next to each other. I don't know. It's a weird internal thing that I've got going on, but I think that the Nintendo Switch has probably one of the most consistently high quality sets of box art of the first party games of any system that I can think of. And I just absolutely adore so much of this box art. And today we're going to go through and tell you which ones are the best. We're not going to do every single game. There's like some digital games, those don't really have box art. There's like, we're not doing like, yeah, okay, Nintendo published Dragon Quest Builders, but we're not doing that. But basically everything that matters, we're going to go through and talk about the box art for each of these and choose which one is the best. How you feel about this?
Yeah. Now I'm excited because I feel like Switch box art, specifically coming off the Wii U era, where like those box arts aren't bad,
No, yeah,
but
most
like
of them
they were lacking a little sauce.
Sure.
Like, and then with the Switch, especially in like 2017, but then really really throughout every year,
Yeah.
there's some that aren't great, but most of the box arts it feels like Nintendo really popped off with.
Absolutely.
Um,
Yeah.
which is just it was nice to see after the Wii U.
And one caveat is we're not going to be doing box art of Wii U ports that are exact same. We're going to be doing some of the ones that are different, like Mario Kart Deluxe has radically different box art.
Yeah,
From
and like
Mario Kart
Pokken
8.
will do.
But like Captain Toad Tread Tracker, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, like those are the exact same box art because it's just a one-to-one translation of the game. So there are a few things that we're not going to be doing, but if it's a if it's a Nintendo published first party game on Switch with original box art that is not digital only, we're going to be talking about it.
Nice criteria. Very specific.
So I guess we're probably just going to go in chronological order, Bo. 1-2
Yeah.
Switch is up first. What tier? Let's start the bidding. What tier does 1-2 Switch go in?
Oh God, I want to say like B or A. Like it's good, but I don't know. Any box art that has humans on it, which I know. I mean, what else are they gonna do for this kind of game?
Yeah.
I mean, we'll get to it way later. But everybody went to Switch. Way better box art.
I would agree with
my
that.
opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, especially because I do think that the vast majority of the Switch era box art is really good, I think we need to start weighing some a little bit lower. 1-2 Switch has fine box art. I actually specifically like the 1-2 Switch logo with the two little like speech bubbles, and like how it comes out in the animation and everything. But the box art is it's fine. It does the job. But I'm actually gonna say C because it's
Okay.
I think we need to be like, look, if it's not great, like we need to reserve the upper tiers for like a range of greatness. To be honest.
True. You're right. Yeah, I think C, maybe even low B if we want to change it later.
Yeah. Next up,
Yeah.
snipper clips. Now,
That does have a physical
it
copy.
does have physical copies, so we're gonna do snipper clips. Also, I love snipper clips. Any chance that I get to talk about bring snipper clips into the conversation of first party Switch games, I think it's so forgotten. But I think snipper clips has great box art. I love the papercraft aesthetic. I love the fact that you get like the sort of hand drawn people holding the Joy-Con sideways. I think that's probably the only time that there's ever been a box art with people holding Joy-Con sideways on it.
Oh, sideways. I was gonna say, dude, we just talked about 1-2 Switch.
They're holding them gun style. They're holding them.
Yeah, I get what you're
shooter
saying.
style. But I really like the snipper clips box art. I'm gonna say A tier for that. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm looking at it a little bit closer here. I really like how even on the hands they made it like paper.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean the game's art style in general complements
Totally.
being a good box art.
Yeah, and there's
Yeah,
just
I think Ace fine
and
for
there's
this.
something about the color palette of the white background with the blue lines and then the yellow and pink. I just think it's so satisfying. Like they did a really good job like getting a color palette that matches together. And the box art really replicates that. Now, Breath of the Wild. These all came out in the same day. I'm like, where's Breath of the Wild? Shouldn't that have been first? But Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild was the third Nintendo Switch game.
Sure, technically.
I mean it's S or double S. I don't know if it.
I'm gonna go. Just
I think
S.
it's.
Or maybe A.
No, definitely not A. It's definitely not A.
Okay,
I will not allow that.
Then we'll go to S because here's the thing. I like Breath of the Wild's box art. I think it's good. I love the, like sort of watercolor aesthetic that it goes for. But I do think it's a little bit boring, which is why I think
for a Zelda box. See, that's the thing. I guess I'm basing it on other Zelda box arts.
That's
and,
a good point.
Well, while I love other Zelda box arts, like even just like Wind Waker, the gold background, like that, yeah, it's good. And then Wind Waker HD was much better, but like I think Breath of the Wild, like that box art really encapsulates everything about that.
Yeah,
Maybe I'm also just nostalgic for it and that time to be a
totally
fan. Where like,
totally.
I mean that box art, I mean that's imprinted in my brain.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, but
I can't say that for a lot of other box arts.
I just wish that it was a little bit more unique than Guy standing on cliff with his back to you, which I think is just such a tropey thing. But I still do really like it, and I think it's probably one of the best examples of that kind of box art.
That's tropey because I feel like they almost invented the trope. Not entirely, but like at least in the video game space, they started that.
I guess so, but I mean, like,
also the really nice contrast between like the yellow and orange in the sky and the blue and the bottom.
The gradient is really nice. It's really nice.
Yeah.
And I love the Breath of the Wild logo. I love the sort of like degraded Master Sword and the little flower that comes out of the logo. I think everything about that box art is, again, it's iconic. I think it. I wish it was just a little bit more distinct, but it's still obviously it's S tier.
Do you like it? Do you like it more than the European box art?
No. Yes, I do.
I was gonna say the European box art where he's looking back. The colors are nice on that.
The colors are nicer. Yes.
Different vibes. I don't know why Europe. I don't know what.
I don't know why he's looking.
What's his
name?
Like Shibata? What was Shibata cooking?
Why,
Not much.
Why was he looking at me that way though? What does like no?
Yeah. What does he know? Yeah, I think S is fine though for Breath of the Wild for now. I would argue double S, but leave some room to grow here.
We got to leave room for like really the cream of the crop, and I do think that it not being the most unique thing ever does hold it back a little bit for me. But then, Bo, next up is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
That's a double S.
That is easily a double S. I often find myself thinking about the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe box art. How much better it is than the Mario Kart 8 box art, which is fine box art. It's totally serviceable.
Yeah, it's fine.
But in comparison, this is just like a party and a half. I love the fact that they have Rainbow Road so saturated, so many of the racers like going into the background. The Deluxe having that sort of the Deluxe logo having like that rainbow aesthetic around it. It comes together so beautifully. It has really good lighting. It's perfectly saturated. I think it's one of the best box arts Nintendo's ever done.
Yeah, I would agree with that. In fact, I'm looking at it now. I think low-key this box art has like inspired me with how I make thumbnails for YouTube videos because I always like up the contrast a little bit.
Yeah.
I was trying to get really colorful. It just looks so good.
It does.
It literally just it's so pleasing to look at.
Yeah, and they added like a realistic metallic shine to the Mario's part, and also there's like the light is like glinting off his skin in the perfect way. I mean, this is the kind of like mixing of lighting and cartoony that I think Nintendo has really come to do a great job with box art in the Switch era. Because you look back at some older box art, especially like N64, GameCube, like some of the box art, like the character models are kind of plasticky, and they've completely eschewed that in the Switch generation by having like really nice soft lighting and bright saturation that brings out like the realism and the cartooniness in like the same way. And I think this is a perfect like harmony of those two.
Do you think Mario Kart 8 Deluxe would have sold as well had it had the same box art on the Wii U as it does on the Switch? I mean, obviously it would have sold probably 50 million still. Yeah. But like maybe a million less.
I think there's a case to be made of this being so eye-grabbing, like one of the most eye-grabbing box arts I can think of, that it draws the eye a lot more.
It feels like because we were coming off of. I mean, that was mid PS4, but even like a couple years prior was 360 and PS3, and a lot of box arts were just like really boring and brown.
Yes.
This is so colorful. Actually, even Nintendo box arts weren't really that colorful there for a little bit.
I would say this is probably the most colorful Nintendo box art ever. But also, you have to compare it to Mario Kart box art history. Mario Kart box art for the 2 generations preceding this was fucking boring.
Mario Kart 7's box art's so boring. I love that game.
Mario Kart Wii and Mario Kart DS all have, I would say, bad box art. Just boring, white background, Mario renders on top. The renders are fine, but slapping this into not only a locale that's relevant to the game. Of course, that's true of the Mario Kart 8 box art. But having it be the most iconic locale from the Mario Kart series, Rainbow Road. Yeah. And I would say the best Rainbow Road in the series with like the checkerboard design, fireworks and stuff.
Prettiest for sure.
Yeah. Well, the most aesthetically pleasing. Like I would much rather have this Rainbow Road as the background because it's got the little star railings on it and stuff.
That is funny. They didn't even use their original Rainbow Road for the box art. One from
which Rainbow Road is this?
This is N64 Rainbow Road.
Oh, but heavily remade.
Right. Yeah. But I'm saying it's just funny because like Mario Kart 8 has its own Rainbow Road, but most people agree it's kind of mid.
Oh, sure.
So it's just funny they use the remade map.
Yeah.
For this.
How about this? Whatever this Rainbow Road is, I don't give a shit. I love it.
Yeah. Very pretty. Not the best track to race one. admittedly.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
yeah. But I also it has that it in my mind it relates me to that clip where you know that meme clip where they're talking about the Inklings and they're like they're kids.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great meme. And they're driving on that track. Next up, Bo, is arms. Where do you want to start with the bidding for arms?
I don't know. It's good. I'm personally a big fan of the arms logo.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know why.
Yeah,
I think it's very simple, very nice. I like the font. Maybe high B, A.
I'm gonna say A. I mean,
Okay.
I like it enough to where I would personally put it in S, but I think A is fine. Yeah. I think that
once again, really good colors.
I think
a lot of yellow. Yellow is not a common color. I feel like
not common for box art. No, I mean unless you go to like Mario 3 or whatever. Actually, there's a couple other yellow ones here on Switch.
Yeah, I see a couple.
But I really think that the arms color palette, again, kind of like snipper clips, just works so well together. There's something about that tricolor blue, yellow, and red, but it's like a pinkish red, and it's a very light sky blue. Excuse me, sky blue. Springman and Ribbon Girl on Spring Stadium is just like a harmony of color palette and action, and I think that the Ribbon Girl's arm coming from the back and like hitting Springman in the face just makes it so dynamic. I really, really love this box art, and the like swooshes that they have in the graphic design of arms are around the sides of it. I think that they did a really, really good job in this.
Yeah, no, it looks good. I'm just because now that I'm thinking about it, and hindsight 2020.
Yeah.
But now that we have Min Min and Smash, and we have all these other characters, arms. One of the best things about arms is its world and characters. I can envision a much better version of this box art where they have basically every character on it.
Sure, yeah, like that starting.
And there's just even more colors popping, and yeah.
No, that's.
But it's really good. It's really good.
But I do think that like the core Springman, Ribbon Girl, Spring Stadium is like the aesthetic I think about when I think about arms, because I think it is so perfectly harmonized.
You're not thinking of Dr. Coyle's lab or whatever.
No, I love. Third up, Lollipop, because I think Lollipop fits into that same red, yellow, blue aesthetic. I love. I love the candy aesthetic. I'm just a big Lollipop guy. I was also a Lollipop and Bite and Bark main when I played a lot of arms.
Bite and Bark, dude. Classic.
I love Bite and Bark. We're going to have to do an arms retrospective one day. Or an arms stream or something. Next up, Splatoon 2. And now, the icon... These are... the icons you're seeing on here are not the box art, necessarily. These are the icons on Switch. And so, up to this point, they've basically been the same. But the actual Splatoon 2 box art is actually quite different from the icon. But if we're talking about box art here, so Bo, you've got the list pulled up separately. Splatoon 2's box art, how do you feel?
Well, I'm just looking up the other box arts for Splatoon 1 and 3 to compare. I do think this is the weakest one.
Sure.
But that just might be me not... I don't know, actually. I mean, I like lime green, I like pink, but the Splatoon 1 box art, the orange and blue, I mean, that's like a cinema theory thing, right? Like, it's orange and blue going together.
Yeah.
And then the Splatoon 3 has, once again, dark blue, which I think just really helps it pop, and then the yellow. This one, it's once again, really good box art, but I would say A, maybe high B again.
I think I'm gonna go with B on this one, because I actually do agree. I think the color palette for Splatoon 2 is unique, but I'd say it's my least favorite of the color palettes that they've chosen
for the box arts.
And the box art of Splatoon 2, when compared to the Splatoon 2 icon that people are looking at on the screen, I actually think I like the icon a little bit more, because they're like clashing in the middle of the two Inklings with the paint spraying out. I think that offers like a focus that the Splatoon 2 actual box art, it's good. I like the lighting engine of it. I like the color palette a little bit, but the Inklings are like kind of far away for my taste. Like they're kind of small in the frame as compared to like the other ones we've looked at, where Arms and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe are really in your face with the characters. The Inkling, and then there's like a even smaller Inkling in the background. I'm like, it's kind of tiny.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm also thinking, because, I mean, in the Splatoon 2 box art, the Inkling girl has the dualies, which were new to that game. Yeah. But I feel like they're not, like, it's not obvious that, like, she's holding a new weapon. Whereas in the Splatoon 3 box art, she has, like, the crossbow, like, tri-stringer thing. Yeah. You can clearly tell immediately that there is something new.
Yeah.
Like a new, unique weapon.
The dualies were a big thing. I mean, I remember people watching the
No, I know, but...
dual wielding. No, not technically dual wielding. It's just a weapon that happens to be dual wielding. Frankly, the dualies don't feel that different from like a splatter shot or something.
They kind of suck.
I'm not a big fan of the dualies. But yeah, Splatoon 2's box art is fine, but I don't think it's extraordinary. Next up on this list, we have Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. How do you feel? It's actually not on my backlog list. I don't know how I fucking missed it.
Yeah. Well, because it's Ubisoft.
Yeah,
Um,
but we're counting.
although I
We're
think,
counting.
yeah, well, yeah, we're gonna count. It's a Nintendo game. This one's fine, although it does kind of feel like a lot's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have Rabbid Peach taking a selfie during, which I guess is in character.
Yes, it is very much in character.
I don't know how you feel about that. I don't know. Another one that I'm kind of like maybe leaning towards indifferent on.
I think I'd put it in
This
C.
one.
I think it is. I think it's good. But again, I think it's just like a little bit. I think maybe it's a little bit flat. Like the color palette doesn't pop as much, even though it's a good color palette. But like, I'm really going out on color palette here for the box arts. But I think that it's like it's serviceable, but it's less dynamic.
I think I might be jaded because we've gotten so much really, really good box art in the later years. Specifically, like I'm thinking, okay, Splatoon 3 is better than Splatoon 2.
Yeah.
Sparks of Hope is definitely has a better box art than Kingdom Battle.
Yeah.
So I think that maybe like in 2017 I would have said, oh, Kingdom Battle's like really good or whatever. But now that we have Sparks of Hope, I'm like, we have a better Mario plus Rabbids box art on the same console.
Yes, and we will.
You know?
It's okay. It's on there. Yeah, we'll get to it. The funny enough, Sparks of Hope actually kind of has like the head stack thing going on, like a Marvel.
It does. Yeah, I see that the movie poster thing. Yeah.
Next up, Pokken Tournament DX.
This one's really good.
I really like the Pokken Tournament DX box art. I also actually quite like the original Pokken box art. It's a lot simpler. It's just Lucario versus Pikachu, but it's got the Pokken sort of swish going around. But I think that having the variety of the cast and like that deep orange background, I think it's really, really cool. So I'm gonna go A tier for this one. Right?
High A.
Yeah, high tier.
Are we doing high A, low A?
We're just going in tiers. We're just going in tiers. There's way too much of this stuff.
Yeah, I was almost gonna say S tier, but it's definitely not the same tier as Breath of the Wild, which is why I would make the argument maybe Breath of the Wild should be moved up. But yeah, Pokken Tournament's box art is not only is it just really good, it's just also really unique. Like there's not that many like dark red colors on Switch box art.
Yeah.
Plus as a Wii U port, I feel like it did a good job of showing like, hey, now you can play as the Decidueye and Darkrai.
Yeah, and I think that I think it grabs your eye a little bit more. I think that there's actually quite a comparison between Mario Kart 8 and Pokken Tournament's box art versus Mario Kart Deluxe and Pokemon Tournament DX. They both have a much brighter color palette, more characters, more things going on. I think it grabs your eye quite a bit more. So yeah, I really like the Pokemon Tournament DX box art. I actually remember that I was on a band trip in 2017 when this game came out, and we went to a mall to like get food, and I walked to the GameStop in that mall and bought it while we were on a trip, and just had it on the bus with me. Next up is Fire Emblem Warriors, and
D tier.
Yeah, I think this is pretty boring.
This is the worst one so far.
I think this definitely has what I was talking about, the same problem as like Mario Kart Wii and Mario Kart 7 and stuff, where it's just like gray background.
It's just so basic. It's just so basic. There's nothing really. And once again, to what I was saying earlier, there's a sequel with a way better box art. Yes. Much better box art. So it's not even bad. Like D tier on this, I still think is like it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't think the Switch really has any bad box art.
Oh yeah, actually,
well, maybe a couple actually.
Going through it,
but
anything.
It's just boring. They just have some characters. They just put some Awakening and Fates characters on there, and they're like, yep, that's
and again, it does highlight that problem that Fire Emblem Warriors has, is that it's so up its own ass about the last few Fire Emblem games that it just feels like it's like lacking in variety. The only characters on this box art are Marth, obviously, the original characters, Chrom, and 3 characters from Fates.
Yeah,
it's like
not even Celica or Alm or anything.
So much Fates.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that box art. But in comparison, not even comparison.
Mario Odyssey.
In comparison to anything, Mario Odyssey's box art, I put in double S. I think this is one of the best.
Interesting. Wow.
Ever. I love the photographs like being layered, and that even continues to the back of the box where you can see like the sort of brochure thing going on. And like the key art has like all the different kingdoms on it. And Mario's throwing Cappy, I think, is one of the best renders they've done of Mario. And the Odyssey logo is just, oh my god, it's so good. You got Cappy on there, the O is a globe, the Mario colors. Oh my god, I love this box art so much.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I wouldn't go as high as double S. I would say S tier for me.
Okay, do we want to balance to S tier? Just, I think we
let's do that.
In order to put it in
let's balance. Let's balance on S tier. Yeah, because Mario Odyssey, like, yeah, it's really good, but I feel like, I don't know. I mean, it does show like exactly what the game is. It is eye catching.
Yeah.
I also like how in like the promotional leading up, because they had the different photographs, they could kind of interchange it. If you remember, they get removed like Sombrero Mario or something.
That was actually
controversy around that.
Yeah, that was supposed to be in the box art.
Yeah, and then they changed it. Now it's like he's swimming, right? Yeah. I think. Yeah. Yeah, it's really good. I think S tier. It's definitely one of the better 3D Mario box arts, I would say.
Yeah, no,
Next to like right next to Galaxy,
I would
probably.
agree. Yeah, I think Galaxy's probably second up, and also unlike some of the other ones we've talked about here, where there's a better follow up game. Obviously, there's not another true new 3D Mario on Switch, but Bowser's 3D World plus Bowser's Fury does, when we'll get to it, one of my least favorite things with box art.
I hate it.
So Odyssey, obviously, still. I think personally, I think it's my favorite 3D Mario box art. It's one of my favorite games of all time. It evokes so much in me, just like looking at that red and the logo and the cap.
All the different kingdoms gives you that sense of adventure.
Now,
Bo, don't do me dirty.
Another
Here,
double
don't do
S. Let's
yes,
fucking go.
yes, yes,
Xenoblade
fucking go. Let's
Chronicles
fucking
2.
go. Easy.
I had this key art as my background on my computer for like 3 years. The world tree in the background and the kingdom of Oriah like cresting the clouds of all rest and the beautiful green fields with the main character. I actually had the one where all the characters were on it and like you had all the whole cast. Oh my god. Oh, Xenoblade.
Is the actual box art just
Pyra and Rex? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at like the key art here. Even that, I mean, that's really good too. Seeing the party members.
Yes. Yeah, that was the one that has my background, but this is it's basically the same, but pared down, and it does. Or wait, no. Wait, what? There's the one. Is the box art? Yeah, the box art is the one with Zeke and Pandoria.
Is Zeke on the box art?
It's
even better.
I got the game right here. 1 second.
Yeah, pull it up. Because I'm looking at the Japanese box art just has Rex and Pyra.
It's just Pyra.
Well, either way, I mean that would have been like a cherry on top. But either way, I mean this is, as we'll probably see, maybe we'll disagree. I think all 3 Xenoblade games are.
No, I agree. I love the consistency of them, especially.
Yeah, I mean we'll get to the 3. I think 3 maybe you could argue is even better.
Sure.
But 2, yeah, the World Tree and Oriah right there.
Yeah,
it's
so striking, and again the color palette and the realism of that grass I think really just draws my eye. And again, blue and red are a perfect combination. A little green on the bottom. There's something about that. Absolutely double S tier for me.
Yeah, I could see the argument that maybe because all 3 of them are basically the same, that takes away, but I don't think so.
No, I disagree. I think the consistency again is one of my favorite parts.
Yeah, I mean that when I think of Xenoblade, I think of the box arts.
Yes.
Because they're all so distinct and so uniquely. Yeah, you gotta have a field of grass. That's why Xenoblade X kind of has a field of grass, but like there's a big mech on it, so it looks stupid.
So next up on the list here are Bayonetta 1 and Bayonetta 2. These are the same box arts that they had since before they were on Switch. We're actually not going to do those. But then Kirby Star Allies. I think this actually might be another D tier one for me. I think that this
that low. Wow.
Or, okay, maybe C, but
I would say C.
Okay, yeah, we'll put it in C. There's not really anything about this. I think that this actually, unlike most of the other ones we've done, does this sort of like plasticky look thing that I don't really like. Like this is just the like generic ass render of Kirby is like the focus of this, and there's not really any. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I think maybe actually, funnily enough, I'm always a big advocate for like making things big in an image.
Sure.
So like, it's really in the focal point.
Yeah.
I feel like Kirby's maybe too big here, but I do like how they have all the different allies around him.
Yeah, I think
the logo also is really good.
I like
take what you think about Star Allies aside, the logo's goated.
No, I like that, but I think the problem with Kirby Star Allies is that now that the game has been out and had all its like post-launch updates, I associate Star Allies with the variety of history of Kirby characters, having all the old bosses and old side characters as the helpers. And in this,
Meta Knight and DDD should be on there, and like
just having like the yo-yo guy and like the bomb guy, like
that's fair.
Those are way less interesting characters. Because Star Allies I don't think it's a very good game. But the cool thing about it is that it is an encapsulation of Kirby's history, though it only kind of was when it came out. There was like a few on-cartridge actual Star Allies. Because the Star Allies are the cool characters. Those characters on the box art aren't even actually the Star Allies. Yeah. Which is funny.
Yeah, I think D's fine. Yeah. Like if I was doing like my own like personal list, maybe B, but I think D's fine.
Okay.
I'm just trying to think though, like what other like not counting Switch Kirby games, because we'll get to that obviously, but like, do any Kirby games have particularly like great box art? Like Triple Deluxe is pretty bland. Even Planet Robobot like is just fine.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Kirby maybe not known for its great box art.
No,
I'm learning
because they're so samey. It's just it's a render of Kirby. They like barely ever change it. Even in the ones where he is different. Like even on Kirby in the Forgotten Land, it's not mouthful mode Kirby that's on the box art. It's just Kirby like looking off.
I do think the DS Kirby games have or even just Superstar Ultra. It's
I
pretty
like the
basic.
Mass
But
Attack box art a lot, actually.
yeah, I was gonna say Mass Attack too. Yeah.
Oh, and
Those are pretty good.
Canvas Curse is also pretty good.
Oh, Rainbow Curse one. Yeah, that's
That's a great box art, and also Epic Yarn. So there are definitely some good Kirby box arts, but I don't think this is one of them. In fact, I would say this is one of the most generic ones. Next up, Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. I think this is maybe a B or A. I think this kind of has the same
that's pretty
appeal as Pokken Tournament. I think it's like less exciting than Pokken Tournament because the background is white. But the variety of characters kind of exploding at you. I think it does look good.
I think this might. I like the variety of characters, of course. It's doing the same thing that Pokken did.
Yeah.
But it has that like really just kind of bland white gray background. I actually think the Wii U box art might be better.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
That's a nice orange. You can see like the skull creatures in the background. Zelda and what's her name? Anna.
I don't know.
You haven't played it.
Yeah.
I guess. I would say C.
Okay, let's put it in C. Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You're selling me on the white background really being something that draws away from it. I think
it's not once again not bad. C is not bad by any means for this list, but it's fine.
We have Nintendo Labo Variety Kit, which is the only Labo that shows up on here, which I think is fine because I think it's easily the best Labo. This is kind of an encapsulation of the Labo box turned into box art. Though technically it is not the actual box art of the
the box arts are like
kit.
Really bland.
Really,
but like
really
I kind of like it though. I kind of like it.
But
I don't know how I would rank it against like everything else on this list, but like I kind of like the Labo box arts.
Well, I mean they're distinct. I like that they don't have red spines because then it's very obvious that they're Labo games when you put them on the shelf. But the variety kit, the icon that's on here, the box art that's on Backlogged, which is where we're looking at a full list. I actually really do like it. I think that this is one where the white background really works. I think that the showing all the different variety kit elements on there, the piano, the fishing rod, the house, the Labo variety kit is just really, really cool. And I think that they did a really nice job like just displaying it there. And I think that this is easily the best of the Labo box art. So I'm gonna say maybe B or A.
I was gonna say B.
Okay, let's put it B. Yeah,
I
like it though. I think it does really well in showing what Labo is because it's a very different kind of box art, which is necessary.
Sure. Yeah, definitely. Got to be unique.
Next up is Sushi Strikers because Quest doesn't actually have box art because it's a digital game. Tropical Freeze is the same. Sushi Striker. How do you feel about Wave Sushido, Bo?
I was saying earlier I like yellow. I think this has too much yellow.
Yeah, too much yellow.
But
the character's hair is yellow, so they kind
of... The character's hair is yellow, and then the background's also yellow, and then most of the sushi trays are like yellow and orange.
The logo is yellow.
And the logo's yellow. Yeah. It's a little too much. But it's not bad. It's C or D.
I'm gonna say C. Yeah, I'm gonna say C.
Okay, yeah,
I like it. I like the art style for Sushi Striker. But yeah, it's also interesting that like they have both the player characters on there, even though aren't they like
only play as one.
Yeah, they're
well, is the sister like in the story if you play as the boy? Or, I think he's like
no, that's right. That's right. There are different characters. Yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, so scratch everything I just said. I'm sorry. It's been about 3 years since I played Sushi
Dude,
Striker.
how dare you? The Sushi Striker fans are gonna come out a little work.
Hey, we're both fans of Sushi Striker. I think that's actually a very fun game. It's too long, but I think it's a fun game.
It's a fun game. Yeah. Better on 3DS.
Mario Tennis Aces, Bo. Start the betting.
Okay, so I'm looking at this one, right? This kind of gives me like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe vibes almost with the colors and just like the setting. However, yeah, I think the composition of like what's happening is a little weird.
Yeah.
Like Mario's like looking back at the ball that he just hit. I don't know. The composition looks weird. Like the colors and everything else looks great, but like what's actually happening here? I don't know. Yeah. I would say at least B, maybe A.
I'm gonna say B as well. I like this box art. I think that the fact that it's set at nighttime gives it a very different vibe. If you look at like the other Mario Tennis box art, they
Ultra Smash.
They feel very interchangeable because they're all like
so
daytime in a green court. I think the indoor court, the nighttime, the like flat camera flashes. I think it is good box art. And again, you're right about the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe thing. The saturation really pops. And I think again, what I said about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, it has that nice like lighting engine, soft like. Mario like feels like he has like skin and the lighting's like bouncing off of him.
Look at his shoe. Look how detailed the like sole of his shoe is.
That's a good ass shoe. But I agree. Yeah, the composition's a little bit. It's fine. It's
kind of weird. It's fine. I would say it's one of the better sports games on Switch. But also, I just like Mario Tennis Aces. I think that game gets a lot of hate. But I like the aesthetic of that game.
Also,
I like the aesthetic of that game, the indoor courts, because a lot of it does take place at nighttime.
That's true. But also, Aces. easily the best Switch sports game, Switch Mario sports game, compared to fucking.
Yeah, well, it's
Super
fucking crazy.
Mario
Not the best Switch sports game, Tucker.
Well.
No, don't do this.
Next up, Bo. I have a really hot take
Yeah,
here.
well, Torna counts.
I guess so.
What do you mean you guess so? It has a box.
Okay, fine. Yeah, well, I mean, I never think about the Torna box art because it's DLC, but
I would say S tier for this.
S
It's
tier
really
for
good.
you?
Yeah, it's really good. It's
Let me. Okay, hold on. I actually don't have
Pull
it.
it
On
up.
I don't have it on my list here, so I gotta look it up.
I forget what this location. Well, I guess it's Torna. I was gonna say I don't know where this is, but it's fucking Torna.
It's Golden Country, baby.
Yeah, it's the Golden Country. I think this looks like you got Lorange in there. I'm not sure once again if Mithra and Adam and Bridget and Hugo are actually there, but I think this is really good. It's not as good as the other Xenoblade like main box arts, but it's S tier for me.
I think I'm gonna argue down for A, and I think that number one it's because obviously it is DLC, but I think the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 logo and the Torna the Golden Country logo feel so separate that there's a little bit of lack of cohesion there. And also on the box art it says an all new prequel story and like a banner at the top, and I find that really fucking annoying.
Okay, we can do A.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Yeah.
I feel like this does convey like the vibe of how desolate this place is.
No, that's true. And like
pretty well.
It's war torn and
smoke.
Yeah.
I think it looks good.
But
I like it.
Next up, Bo, here's my hot take.
Don't say this in the bless. Don't do it. Do not do it.
I love the Super Mario Party box art. I don't know why, but Super Mario Party with all the things flying and like it's got this like yellow, green, no, sorry, red, blue, green like splash coming out from the background, and the logo's got like these little lights on it. I think it's the best Mario Party box art by a fucking country mile. Also, Super Mario Party has a great theme song that no one ever fucking talks about. I love the Super Mario Party theme song, like the menu theme. This is an S.
Do you think that? I would definitely argue for A. I'm just looking at other Mario Party box arts. Mario Party 9 easily. It's not even close.
Oh, well, Mario Party 9 actually kind of does the Mario Party Deluxe thing.
It does the just high colors, high saturation. Mario Party 8's fine. 6 is
Mario
fine.
Party box art I think is historically pretty bland. Fine. Like I mean, it's fine. Like it's very consistent. But I think that Super Mario Party just really sticks out to me because the Joy-Con are flying at the screen. Like that background, like color palette with the rays coming out. I think it's. Just
I love the color palette. I love like the patterns in the background. Yeah.
Yeah. So
it does pop. Although I'm looking at Waluigi in there dancing because it's like showing like the River Raid minigame and then the game.
Yeah.
It feels kind of weird.
But is that okay?
I would say A. You can have S if Xenoblade Torna has S.
Fair.
Fair. You just immediately move it.
Fair. I'm not giving up on Super Mario Party.
Okay.
Yeah. God, I love that Super Mario Party box art. Jesus Christ. Okay. Next up, let's go Eevee and let's go Pikachu. How do you feel about these?
Pokemon box arts are kind of controversial. I feel like.
Yeah.
When these games were announced, I was like, oh, this is really bad because it's like you got the Windows Vista background. You know, I mean, it's like, you know, the iconic Windows Vista background, but also I kind of like the art for these, and I think it does kind of show like this is based on Pokemon Go. That's why it's the real world in the background, but also it's not really though because you're not doing any AR stuff in this game.
Yeah.
As far as Pokemon box arts go, I would say these are fine. Not high tier, not low tier. But Pokemon box arts in general are also just worse.
Yeah.
I would say C tier for this. Maybe.
I'm going to argue for B. And the reason I'm going to is because I think that these are some of the better mainline Pokemon box arts. And for one specific reason. Pokemon box art, especially up to this point, had just been blank background with Ken Sugimori art on it. Now, I love those box arts just because they have so much nostalgia for me. Seeing Palkia just posted up on like a sparkly background, I'm like, hell yeah, this is great. But it was time to break things up. And I'm glad that Let's Go has a real background. There's actually something going on there. It has the same vibe as Xenoblade with the sky and the grass, which I like. And the fact that this is not Ken Sugimori art for Pikachu and Eevee. This is a watercolor, kind of softer version. That render or that drawing of Pikachu, I think, is really, really nice. Like, I think that they do something that other Pokemon box art, especially up to that point, had not done. And I think that they're all...
Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon have pretty nice box art.
Oh, that's true. I mean, because they actually have like a background.
well, let me ask you this, and I guess this is kind of spoiling what's to come, but do you think these are the best Pokemon arts on Switch?
Let me take a look at...
because I'm trying to think. Like, I think Yeah, Legends is pretty good. But even that I would say is like at best A tier.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. I think that these are my favorite just because they do feel the most distinct because of that watercolor look. But it's just a Pokemon on a background at the end of the day. So
Yeah,
is B okay for those?
that's fine. I would put them in C, but that's fine.
Okay. Next up, Bo, Super Smash
Yep.
Bros. Ultimate, baby.
Yeah.
We are reaching the end of 2018.
Yeah. This is at least S tier, right? But probably double S.
I think that this is the best Smash box art. Now, Smash actually has very consistently very good box art.
Except for Melee.
Yeah, Melee kind of has the thing I was mentioning earlier about N64 and GameCube box arts where the characters are a little bit plasticky on the cover. I like the Melee box art and that the key art where like all the characters like going down to the background. I think it's good. But I think this is the best one because I think the hand drawn aesthetic really like boosts it up.
Yeah, that's something that I feel like maybe Nintendo was more open to this generation in terms of just having like 2D drawn art. Like I'm looking ahead at like an Astral Chain even, and having like a unique art style in the box is it's just really nice.
Yeah. And I think that also having the characters come out from the middle is really nice because Smash box art up to this point had all been like coming from the side and like only characters
or like from the bottom brawl, I think.
And I like the other box art mostly just because it's iconic, but I think that this is probably the most balanced, most consistent box art. I also like that there are third-party characters on the box art, which indicates the breadth that the game has. And I believe this is the first time. I mean, I'm not this in the weeds, but I think it's the first time that third-party characters were on the box art for a Smash game.
I can't picture Smash Wii U's characters that are on there, but probably.
Frankly, I can barely picture the Smash Wii U box art because I don't think
it's definitely the first one that has Snake on it. I can tell you that much.
So
yeah, I would say this is S here. What do you think? Double S?
No, let's put it in S because I'm not like freaking out.
It's really good, and
it's no Super Mario
I think
Party.
It just kind of goes to the strength. It's no Super Mario Party, yeah. It just goes to the strength of the 2D art that they did for Smash Ultimate as a whole, because that really does carry this.
Well, and also because
if this was just 3D models, I would say it's like fine.
And also, I think this box art brings up more in our mind because these are the drawings from the Everyone Is Here banner, and like we know that like so clearly, and so that when like just placing those drawings anywhere, I'm like, oh yeah, baby, let's go.
Yeah.
So yeah, S tier for that one. Now we get to I think the first another port. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. How do you feel about the fact they made this goddamn game yellow, Bo?
Seems weird.
Like a pale
because
yellow.
Because New Super Mario Bros. 2 was yellow, but that made sense.
It was gold
because it was gold. It was gold. It was gold for the coins. Yeah. I guess this one went with deluxe and the yellow theming because like it's like primed, like it's like really high quality, like it's gold.
Sure, and the deluxe
you know what I'm saying?
In the actual logo has gold, but it's like frankly it's kind of like a sickly gold, like it's like kind of like a.
It is. It's really like muted. But yeah, booger green. That's a good way to put it.
I still do like the composition. I actually think that swapping out just like the actual background of the level for the lines, I think actually does look pretty good. It makes all the elements stand out a little bit more. There's a lot going on. You got a Goomba, you got the Acorn power up, you got Yoshi.
I don't know if I like how much stuff is like mid jump in this. Literally everything except for Yoshi, actually.
That's true. And
everything's mid jump. I don't like how Nabbit looks.
The problem, and you get Peach out on the box art.
This one's fine. It looks nice.
I think B.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's fine.
Yeah, is that where you're gonna put it?
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Next up, Yoshi's Crafted.
Tetris 99.
Oh, that does have a physical race, and this is the box art of that physical race. Sure. Okay. What do you want to say about it?
D tier. D tier. It's just the logo. It's just blue on the logo. Like it's not even bad. Like it also has because it came with like a Year Switch Online. It has like a big banner on it.
Oh, absolutely.
Saying,
yes.
Yeah, this one's D tier. This one's D tier.
Yeah. No, I think the thing that annoys me most is that Tetris 99 could have really cool box art. Like if you had all the Tetris pieces like clashing or something, I don't know what you would do. But Tetris 99 is such a dynamic game. This box art does not indicate that. It's just a logo on a blue background.
Now, Tucker, I don't know if you're going to agree with me on this one.
What's
but
up? Yeah.
Yoshi's Crafted World is double S.
I absolutely agree.
Thank you.
Bo?
Good. I mean, this is what we were talking about with snipper clips. They fucking nailed it in terms of showing you that this is a crafted world of paper.
Yep.
And it's like ripped pieces of cardboard.
Yeah.
You have the top of it where he's like in space, and it's like a paper Yoshi in the spacecraft. And even just like having the planets. This is what I fucking hate about people like Abe and Butte. You know what I'm saying?
Always.
These people that tropical freeze, so good. The level design, it's all so cohesive. Goodfield does that, and frankly, does it better.
They do it better. Absolutely, they do. Yeah, no, I love Crafted World, and I think that this is a great example of dynamic, colorful, but very focused box art. I think that while I love things like the Pokken Tournament DX box art or Smash Ultimate, I think that this feels a little bit more focused. Yoshi is front and center. He's big. I love that he's popping out of the background with a ripped cardboard around the edges.
The ripped cardboard looks so good.
Also, the Yoshi's Crafted World logo is so good. It has the layers of cardboard
Layers
behind it.
Yeah, dude.
And like the corrugation and the Yoshi. Oh my god, it's so good.
And just seeing all the Shy Guys at the bottom is so cute. You got the like one that's like weirdly
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah, but I think
also,
this
is like a switch icon of that.
Again, comparing this to some of the other ones we've talked about, I think this does the right thing of having one thing that is big and foregrounded, and there are other characters and little bits and bobs going on, but they're small and they almost feel like incidental. Like they're kind of just like, oh, that's like the background around it. But then there's a lot of little cool things you can like look at. But Yoshi's still like absolutely just front and center. And also, one thing I got to give props to for Crafted World, one of the many things, except for the soundtrack, is the Yoshi's Crafted World renders are so high quality. Have you ever downloaded those renders and just zoomed in?
I have. They're crazy.
How
it's
did
crazy.
They do that? Like every little bit of fucking tennis ball fuzz on this guy is rendered in immaculate detail.
It is odd because Princess Peach Showtime they don't even have PNG renders.
Oh, really?
You have to make them PNG yourself. You have to make them PNG yourself.
No, that's not true. I watched Abram download one last night.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Well, last night. Just last night. That's really funny.
I'm just telling you. They had one.
I know, it's just really funny. That's like just like his nightly routine. Just downloading Princess Peach Showtime.
We put up a Princess Peach Showtime review.
Yeah, I know. It's just funny.
Yeah. But yeah, this is great box art. I love it. Next up on here,
Cadence of Hyrule.
Cadence of Hyrule. Does that have a physical, really?
Yeah, I have it.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know that.
It's pretty good. I like purple. It's a good color.
Yeah.
The art's nice. It's fine. It's kind of like it does kind of give like that Fire Emblem Warriors energy where it's just like a couple characters on a pretty blank background.
Yeah, and I also gotta say, I don't think that the Crypto Necrodancer art really works for the characters. I think the sprite art works in the game.
Yeah, the sprite's beautiful,
but
the 2D art,
Link and Zelda, they just kind of feel off to me. So I'm gonna say C tier for this one because I think the background is bland, and I'm not a big fan of the drawn art for these characters. To be honest.
Well, it sounds like you want to put it in D.
I mean, I would.
We can put it in D.
Okay, well, great.
The more I look at it, the more I'm okay with D.
Yeah.
Like I like it, but it's still. I like that it's purple because there really is not that much purple.
That's true. Well, we're about to get to a couple of those.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. I also, much like Tetris 99, I think you can cut this one a little bit of slack because it was not intended to be physical box art from the beginning. This was a downloadable game.
That is true.
That had an icon.
Well, that if anything, that means they had even more time to prep it.
That's a good point. Though, yeah, I mean, I can't really think of any games that had different box art when they came. Well, I mean, of course, like if a limited run will do like unique box art and stuff, but
yeah, it doesn't happen too often though for like Nintendo's first party game.
Sniper
Clips is just the art. Well, I guess they had to do the.
Different. It's a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, because there's the other there's like the blue and purple snipping clip on there as well.
Oh yeah.
Plus box art. Next up, Super Mario Maker 2. How do you feel about the Super Mario Maker 2 box art?
Yeah, in my memory, I was thinking, I like the Wii U one more, but I kind of like what they did with this because on the Wii U one, they just put a hand with a stylus on to show like, oh, you're dragging the pipe. But in this, they show Mario and Luigi dragging characters around, which I think equally conveys what this game is while also just being a little bit more interesting. I don't like the top of the box. I don't know what else they could have done. The Mario Maker logo just kind of fucking sucks, frankly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's not much else they could have done here, I guess. That's really my only complaint, though. Otherwise, I like how it looks.
Yeah, I think that the art itself is really, really good. I like that they're giant. I like that Mario's picking up Cat Luigi, and he's got a big pipe in his hand. It doesn't make sense, but I think that you're right. It conveys that really nicely. I also like that it shows like all the 3D World stuff, which is like one of the cool
parts the big new feature
about 3D World. You got a slope there. You got the clear pipes. You got the parachutes. You got the creeping piranha plants. The tornadoes. Like they really they really went all out on like all the ideas that are new for this are conveyed here. Well, obviously not all of them, but I like the Super Bell Hill 3D world aesthetic with the yellow trees.
I'm glad they included a slope,
the hills and stuff
in the box art.
I think this is really good. I
would say A.
I would say A as well. Yeah, because it's not on the level of.
Odyssey my only issue with it is the yellow block.
The big yellow block.
But it's just because of the logo. What else could they do?
Yeah.
You know.
Fire Emblem Warrior. No, fuck. Fire Emblem Three Houses up next. So this was the one that you mentioned to me last night when I told you, hey, you want to do a thing about box art? How do you feel?
What did I say? What did I say?
You were like, oh yeah, Three Houses or something. Yeah, Three Houses S tier.
Oh, this is the iconically bad one. But like, it's not even that bad.
Wait, you think
the issue?
Box art? What's wrong?
Have you looked at it? Why is Cloud upside down? That makes no fucking sense. They just didn't try.
Wait, what? No.
He never goes upside down.
Well, of course he doesn't go upside down. Bo.
So why is he upside down?
What?
It looks so stupid. It looks so stupid. They could have just had him standing up straight. And like have him behind the castle or some shit.
Yoshi never explodes out of the background on the Crafted World one.
Dude, no, you cannot just take that PNG and flip it upside down. That is bad design.
No,
the rest of it looks great. The colors look great. Obviously, you have the different colors for the schools, which inherently just kind of contrast well off each other. I like having Byleth in the middle.
Yeah.
But you cannot just have him upside down. Okay. It does not work.
Yes, you
it
can.
Doesn't work.
Yes, you can. Absolutely, you can. And I'll tell you why. Because it equally portrays all of them, but they're not. They're not intruding on the logo and Byleth in the middle. They're surrounding it very nicely. Their weapons are all meeting in the middle and like.
So you're saying yours
very good box art.
If it wasn't for him being upside down, I would agree. But what your argument is basically that if these other things that they didn't need to do were the case, like you're saying they could have just put Yoshi upside down on the Crafted World box. That's basically the argument you're making. If it fit around everything else, they didn't need to design it to be this composed in this way. They could have just had them all be standing up straight in a different form factor.
No, that's definitely true. But I still think this really, really works, and I also think that it makes it a little more distinct. Why is it bad that he's upside down?
Because why is he upside down?
Because it looks good on the box art.
Then they should have designed it differently.
Mario never jumps.
I agree. I agree.
I'm
I'm kind of playing devil's advocate here because I do overall like it, but like, what the fuck? He should not be upside down. And the colors and everything else, that's really nice. But it's just the way that Edelgard, Dimitri, and Claude are standing. It's floating. It's just like.
Floating, yeah.
They could have just had them doing any other positioning.
Look, I think that this is just the perfect example of convergent design. The spark in the middle going out to all of them, the three of them with their weapons meeting, and then also Garreg Monastery in the middle with the steeples like meeting their points as well, and then they're perfectly shaping like a little triangle around both Byleth, and then the logo spreads out nicely on the bottom. I think it's a really nice layout, and if the worst thing that you can say is that on the hand-drawn art for the promotion of the game, incorrectly represents a character that doesn't actually go upside down in the game. If that's the worst thing you can say,
that's a pretty big deal, Tucker.
It's art. I think you were underplaying.
I think you were underplaying how stupid it is that he is upside down.
Art.
So if in Mario Odyssey's box art, if Mario was just upside down for no reason,
Mario's never in front of a bunch of pictures of all the kingdoms. That never happens. It's art. That's not how they. It doesn't need to like literally one for one represent.
No, it does. It doesn't need to, but it does. I'm not saying like, it's because Claude never goes upside down that makes it bad. It's just bad because it looks stupid.
I don't think it looks that stupid. And here's another reason why. Lucina is backwards on the Awakening box art, and that became a meme. And people don't shit on the Awakening box art because she's facing the other direction.
Wait, what do you mean on the box art?
Lucina is facing the other direction from the other characters in the Awakening key art. Am I wrong?
That's cool.
No, but that was like a big meme of like always having her like facing.
Was that a meme? I'd never seen that.
Every time I remember like.
I think it's cool that she's clashing, going a different way.
She's like I like that, and I equally like that Claude is upside down.
Okay, well, where would you put it? I would say A. I was gonna say B.
Okay,
but if you want to put it in A, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with A. I'm okay with A.
Okay,
I'll accept it.
God damn.
But you owe me a favor. Later in this video, you owe me a favor.
Sure. Okay. Okay. Ashley,
I don't even know what I mean by that. This was really good. I think.
I think that the
like the 2D art that I was talking about. I like that they just have an art. It's not just the models of the characters.
That's true. That's true. I think.
But also the art, like Loki, the faces kind of look weird.
No, I think they do look weird, and I also think that this doesn't convey the astral chain concept. Like, if you look at this box art, you have two anime characters, which, unlike the problem that we had with Sushi Striker earlier, this is the same character, right? This is just the male and female version of the same character. Okay, that's not like an actual complaint, but so you have these main characters that are fine. They're
she's still in the story. The other one is in the story, like Sushi Striker. Yeah.
It's been even longer since I played Astral Chain.
Maybe you should finish Astral Chain.
I need to stop talking about the fucking characters.
the like sibling for other sex option.
Okay. Anyway, my problem. You have these anime cop characters, whatever, they look fine. But then you have this big nondescript fucking creepo.
Yeah, that looks. Yeah, it doesn't really convey.
Not the best. Well, I don't even know what they're called, but like astral
homunculi.
Yeah,
the homunculi, I think, is what they're called. Yeah, it doesn't really convey what those are,
and it also doesn't convey that you're like bound to them and you're working together to like defeat.
You have like a little beast on a chain.
None of that is conveyed through this box art. I think this is actually pretty generic box art. Now, I'm not saying the art is actually bad, and I like the purple. I like the color palette with a little bit of green. But I don't think this.
I would say B.
I don't think this really. Yeah, B is fine. I don't think
B. If you want to argue C, I won't argue that. I really like the color scheme. That's why I like it. But it's
let's go see.
It's kind of boring.
This one.
Okay.
Okay, God, I feel I'm like winded after that fucking 3 houses.
we need to like you need to clip that and post it separately.
Next up, it would be Daemon X Machina, but they don't have Daemon X Machina on this list, so sorry.
Damn it!
Bo, where would you put Daemon X Machina if it was on here? I have no fucking comment. I don't really care.
It's just like red and kind of boring. Probably like B. Okay. I'm trying to picture it.
The next one up on here is the Link's Awakening box art. How do you feel?
I would say at least start at A.
I would say S. I think that this is.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Start at A, and we can talk it out because.
Well, it sounds like we're starting at S.
Well, here's my issue, Tucker. Yeah. Breath of the Wild's box art is definitely better.
I disagree.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm looking at it now. It's really good.
I think it is really good.
It really shows the art style and how
it shows the art
style. It's a chibi-ized world.
It shows the mountain with the egg in the background, which is the iconic image of Link's Awakening. I love the Link's Awakening logo that has the palm trees next to it. I think that
I like how they use like the Breath of the Wild Zelda.
Yeah. And the field and the little posts and the bridge. Like, I think it's a nice encapsulation of like the depth of this world. Even though it is a 2D game, I think this is the game that brought that to life the most out of all the 2D Zeldas. And I think this is like perfect saturation, the sunlight hitting Link. I think it's really, really, really good.
Yeah, I like how like the bush in the very front right corner is like kind of blurry too.
Yeah,
like focal point.
Well, and that's actually something in the game too, where the foreground
are
blurred out. Yeah, but
I think S is fine for this. And what I'm realizing now is, I kind of talked about this with Breath of the Wild. Zelda box art, iconic, always iconic. Absolutely. Always kind of boring though. But like with the Switch games, they really did up their Zelda game
I agree
in general.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I think S is fine for this.
Then we have Ring Fit Adventure. But what do you think about the Ring Fit Adventure box art? Now, funnily enough, the box art that is on Backlogged and the icon here, I believe is not the actual box art.
Well, it's like the big box.
Yeah, it's the big box, which is better art than the actual.
It is better art than the.
So we're gonna go with the box one, like we did with Labo.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at the regular case. It looks like it's just instead of having like the actual physical ring con with the Joy-Con in it, it just doesn't have that, and it's just the main character.
Drago's
girl.
a little bit bigger, yeah, and there's like I think another enemy or two on there. But I actually like this one. I think the logo placement's a little bit weird, having it like shoved in the bottom corner.
Logo placement is always interesting.
Yeah,
with like Luigi mentioned too, we'll get to it down on the bottom for some reason. This one's good. It's kind of boring. I would say C, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe B.
C. Let's go C. I like. Yeah. Again, I'm just a big sucker for grass on a box.
Evidently.
I think the grass and the orange go really well together. I like the fact that the full ass ring con is on the box art, and it's like going behind the main character a little bit. You still got Drago on there. You can see a little bit of the world. I think it's good box art to represent Ring Fit Adventure, but as a game box art, it's not anything particularly remarkable. So C is fine.
What was with Nintendo in 2019 and having characters upside down in the box art?
Luigi never goes upside down.
Well, actually, that's not true because he goes through the pipes. So he definitely had. I can't like I'm
You
sure
never
that
see
happened.
him go upside down.
I believe that you probably see him come out of a pipe upside down.
Hmm.
I don't remember that happening, but I feel like that probably.
Luigi Mansion 3 is up.
Claude never fucking goops through a pipe upside down.
That's true. Did
Luigi's
you ever,
Mansion 3?
did you play Golden Lions? Or no, Golden Deer, right? Golden Deer.
No, I only did
So
Black
you don't
Eagles.
know? You never played
Damn it!
Golden Deer? You have no idea?
I'm lost. All right, bump it up to S. No. Luigi's Mansion 3's box art's fine. In fact, I would actually, despite my love for Luigi's Mansion, I think none of the games have particularly like fantastic box art. Like this one doesn't even have any ghosts on it, which I feel like is kind of a weird thing. Because Gooigi, like, yeah, Gooigi's important, but like, it's just fucking Gooigi, man.
Yeah. I like this box art, but I think you're right that it is missing a little bit of like the.
It needs a ghost in the background.
It's missing the ghost and it's missing a little bit of adventure. It is just.
Also, Luigi's teeth
of Luigi
are like really detailed.
In front of it, sort of mildly spooky background. I like the Luigi Mansion 3 logo a lot. I think the gold actually really nicely complements the green logo. But also, I think this box art is just a little bit too focused on one color. There's just so much goddamn green. The Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah, I mean that's okay.
Luigi's green and Gooigi is green. But the reason I bring that up is because I do think that that Dark Moon with the little bit of purple pink that it adds, I think spices that up a little bit more. This is just mostly green on like basically a black background.
I think the yellow doesn't complement the green as much as the pink or the two.
Sure. Yeah. Like Splatoon 2.
Yeah.
So
I would say this is
C, B,
C or B. I mean, like it's not bad. Like I mean, especially if we're talking about like the render of Luigi's is really nice.
Really good. Yeah, it's a really good render.
Yeah. You can see his gums.
But he's not like he doesn't have the poltergeist and like.
That's a good point. You don't even see him with the vacuum or anything. Yeah.
And there's no ghost.
Yeah,
I think this is actually quite similar to Astral Chain. I think I like this one a little bit more than Astral Chain, but like, this is not representative of Luigi's Mansion as a game. I mean, literally, it's just like the vibe of it, which of course some box arts go for. It's not like the worst thing ever, but if there was a ghost and if you had the fucking poltergeist, I'd be like, yeah, that's Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah. Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Sword and Shield up next. How do you feel?
Definitely worse on Let's Go.
Yes,
I would definitely make. I think you can make the argument these are some of the boring Pokemon box arts. I think that does stem a little bit from me not liking Zacian or Zamazenta that much. I think they're very boring legendaries.
Agree with that, yes.
But at least with like Diamond and Pearl, or even like maybe not the best example because that's pretty light on the back, the X. But like there's usually like some color, some glitter going on. This is literally just a PNG on like a background with a little bit of color at the bottom.
Yeah, with a little swoosh. Yeah, I think that these are fine for Pokemon box art because Pokemon box art looks like this. But I don't think that it's great box art.
Like I think Kirby Starlight is a better box art than this. I would say.
Okay, so we could put these in D. I'm not complaining about that.
I think
yeah. Because I think there are better ways of. I think you're right about mentioning like Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I think have more dynamic box art. I think the color palettes work a little bit better there. I also don't really associate like white with Sword and Shield. So like the background being mostly white, I think is a little bit off-putting. You're right. I don't really like these that much.
Yeah. Brain training.
Brain training. I mean,
you're the brain training expert here. You take this one away.
I mean,
yeah.
Technically, I've never held the actual box art for this because I had to get it out digitally because it's only available in Europe. But
I actually imported it. I wanted that stylus.
Have you used the stylus?
Played it like once. It's a nice stylus.
I like that game, but I think that this is actually one of the most boring because you also don't have Dr. Kawashima on there. It's just like, and I like the head with the different puzzles in it. It's fine, but Dr. Kawashima is like he's kind of the draw, you know.
Yeah.
The only reason
I think
is he's a little funny.
Maybe Europe didn't really ever put him on.
No, yeah, because Europe and the games are called.
Has he ever been on the box arts really?
For Brain Age 1, he definitely is on DS.
Yeah.
He's not on Concentration Training box art, which is the forgotten brain training game on 3DS.
Yeah.
But why are we talking that much about brain training when we can move on to Tokyo Mirage Sessions?
I think you can make the argument for Double S for this.
let me get a look at the
This one
original.
has such beautiful colors. The art style is really nice. It's such a glow up over the Wii U. The Wii U version's fine. This one, I mean, this is one of my personal favorite box sets for Switch. Even as someone who hasn't finished Tokyo Mirage Sessions, I think this just looks really nice.
I think it's good. I think it's pretty busy. Like, unlike Mario Kart 8 Deluxe or Smash Ultimate, there's space around those characters. There's no fucking space around these characters on the Switch box art for Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Just Sharp FE Encore. They're filling up every goddamn corner. I think it's good. I
Would you say A?
I would say A personally, which means we can balance it out to S if you'd like it. If you
Yeah,
want
that's
it to
fine.
be
That's fine.
double S. Okay.
No, we can do S. Yeah.
All right.
I'm not calling it my favorite yet.
Yeah, yeah. But again, I think again we have to both agree. We have to both be like, oh shit, for it to go into double S.
Yeah. No, I think this one's really nice though. It just looks.
Yeah, it's
I think it's just the 2D art mostly.
and you're right. It is better than the Wii U one, which I think has a little bit more of a head stacky problem going on.
It does, yeah.
But next up, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX.
This one's okay.
It's okay. I like that they
I guess they kind of like
merged
they combined
the box art of Blue
Yeah.
and Red Rescue Team, which were kind of fun because the box arts could fit together, the characters looking up and down. And I assume that this is new drawings of that box art. I don't specifically remember
definitely.
which box arts off the top of my head. So I think it's good, and I like that because it's a mesh of the two games. It is a mesh of the two box arts, but in a reasonable and cool way. I'd probably say this is B. I think again, hand drawn, looks good. Color palette's solid, and I think if you know that the box art is a mix between the other two box arts, you're like, oh hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that makes it better. Yeah, I'd say B's fine for this one.
Okay.
I don't have too much to say. It looks nice.
New Horizons up next.
Hmm.
I'm a big fan of the New Horizons.
I've
box
learned.
art.
Oh, of the box art specifically.
I'm a big fan of the game. I'm a massive
Yeah.
fan of the game, but I also really like the box art. I think that this one does a really good job conveying the art style of New Horizons, which of course has never been a problem for Animal Crossing games. I'm not saying that, but New Horizons has an amazing art style that has a nice sheen and lighting engine to it, and the color palette is very rich and vibrant. And this box art absolutely conveys that. I think I wish maybe things were a little bit bigger. Things get pretty small in the background of the New Horizons box art, but there's a lot going on. You see the paths, you see the camping, you see the island, you see Siege.
I would argue this one's maybe a little bit too busy. Because, like, not like necessarily like a negative way, but like there's not really a focal point of this. The focal point's supposed to be the main characters cutting wood, but like that's not really a focal point.
Yeah.
So your eyes are kind of all over the place. It's nice to like look at and like kind of see like all the different activities that are happening.
Yeah.
Which is indicative of New Horizon. Like it is good that it's showing like, oh, look at all these different things you can do. You can take a nap while you're playing this boring ass game. I'm kidding.
Placing. Fuck you.
That was good. That was good. You have to admit.
You did that right off the dome too. Like that just came out of your mouth. I agree that
This is good though. This is good though. I would say I would if you want to put this in S, I would honestly be okay with that. I would say A maybe, but I think S is
okay.
I was just kind of making, there isn't really a focus.
No, there's not. And again, I've commented on that.
But that might just be because there is no focus in Animal Crossing. That's the point.
Sure, there's no main
so maybe
character.
Maybe they did that on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like the box art. I think the color palette's really nice. I like the orange in the tent in the corner and the. Bo, you put some grass on a fucking box art.
Dude, I was really about to say I'm looking through your stream at the tier list. Because it's like a little low resolution, it almost looks like the Link's Awakening, Sharp FE Encore, and Animal Crossing box arts are like all connected. Especially Link's Awakening and Tokyo Mirage Sessions. They almost like look like they blended together.
Yeah, it's like it goes up to a little hill. Look at that.
Yeah. That's nice.
Xenoblade Definitive Edition.
I would say S tier, but I could see the argument for double S. As always, Xenoblade 1 is my least favorite Xenoblade game, so maybe that's just a bit of like, I think that might be some personal bias there. I do like that they have the little Mechonis next to the Monado, but like, I don't know.
Oh, like a little ruin, yeah. No,
I think
S is also good. Let me compare this to the Xenoblade Wii box. It's very similar. Obviously that one's known for just being very simple with the Monado. Xenoblade Wii.
It's about the same.
Okay,
it's literally the same.
Oh,
it's actually the same.
Wait. Okay, actually, we shouldn't put this on our list then, because this is basically the exact same box art, different logo. So I'm actually.
I mean, I guess that's fair. I guess I was thinking more of through the lens of Wii U ports, but I guess
No, it's literally the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we were to put it on the list, I would say yes.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree with that because I just like Xenoblade Box Art. Okay?
Xenoblade box arts are just good. Yeah.
But if we're putting Xenoblade Definitive Edition on there, then we gotta put fucking Tropical Freeze and we gotta go back. But Clubhouse Games, Bo. How do you feel about the Clubhouse Games box art?
This one's fine. I think you're a bigger fan of like when a box art shows the people doing the thing.
Sure.
Which I'm like, it's fine, but I don't know. It's just they're just playing Reversey or whatever.
Yeah, I think this has a similar vibe to the Labo one. But
yeah, definitely.
Labo is more interesting. So I would say it's a little bit worse. But I'd say for the kind of game that it's going for, I think this is perfect. I mean, it shows the variety of the games. It shows that you can do it in tabletop mode, that multiple people can play. That's kind of a local multiplayer thing.
I like that it has little people, because in Clubhouse Games, it's like little people.
Like I guess
are they avatars? They're not even avatars, are they?
Yeah, you choose one as your avatar.
Oh, okay.
And then they like talk to you as they're like telling you how to play the games.
But it's also like I'm looking at it, it's kind of hard to like tell what's real. Like, okay, you can play chess, you can play foosball, you can play Mancala, but it's being covered by the logo. You can play like 30 other card games.
Yes.
There's a bunch of pool balls just on the table on the ground.
In the middle, underneath the logo.
I don't know.
I
can't tell.
It's checkers. I can see it on the icon here, and I believe that actually I don't know what the physical box. Okay, whatever. I think this is good.
It's fine. I would say B. I think it's fine. It shows what the game is.
We're not doing jump rope challenge. That never got a fake one.
We would need to make a new tier for that. It's triple S.
Paper Mario Origami King Bow. I think that this is good. I think it's good box art. I think that my least favorite part is the fact that Ollie and his papercraft people are like folding it down, and so it kind of like makes it separate. I like that it's folded down. That's clever.
It's clever.
It's the best usage of having like a little slice with like extra shit in the top, but I think this is maybe another B tier one. I think it's good. I like the color palette enough. That Origami King logo is so colorful, man. It's so colorful. It's aggressively colorful.
It is. Yeah, this one's pretty basic. Also, like, I respect the fold down, but when you see like what Craft World did with its box art, it's like, come on, it's Paper Mario. You could have done some more. Even like I think Thousand Year Door has a lot more like layers going on with its box art, whereas this is. I know it's Paper Mario, but like it's a little flat almost. Yeah. Also, just having that little thing in the top right, it just gives me like PTSD of the new funky mode, or like anytime there's like a port or something where it has like a new thing. That's very like you put it in the top right corner at an angle.
Get to one of those,
it's fine. I would say it's B. Yeah.
Yeah. B. Actually, I'm gonna say C.
Hey.
How do you feel?
C. Wow, you're going down. Okay.
Yeah. I think that it's fine, but I think that I don't know. It doesn't spark any joy, you know. I'm not like
no, neither does the game. To be fair,
I haven't played it yet. Wait, you haven't played it? Or you haven't beat it?
I played a little bit of it. I played like 2 hours of it.
Yeah. Okay.
The combat sucks.
3D All Stars. I think that this is. I was just
this is D. Come on, you have 3 of the greatest games ever made. You have 3 of the greatest games ever made, and then you do the most boring thing. They could have popped this.
Oh, absolutely.
They could have went so box art, and they just did 3 lines like it's a fucking YouTube thumbnail.
Yeah, and they just use the renders from the original box art, which makes sense. But like, then also like the backgrounds are like inconsistent. The Mario 64 one feels very, very.
Sunshine has less showtime. It's also the worst one, but it's also in the middle because that's. Well, it's just kind of I don't know.
Yeah, I like that they have the.
I like the logo.
The logo's fine. I like that they have the planet from Galaxy and then like the little 3D render of Peach's castle. That's the only touch that I really like here because those are the only parts that actually feel coherent and unique. Because like, it's mirrored a little bit, but otherwise.
Oh yeah.
A lot. Frankly, Bo. And I know this is necessary, kind of. There's just too many logos on this. You've got 4 logos in this fucking box. Like, if they just had Mario 64 render, Sunshine render, and Galaxy render, there'd be more space to work with, and there wouldn't be so much goddamn text in this box.
Well, the thing is, they didn't. That's not necessary. They didn't need to put those logos on there.
You're right.
It's Super Mario 3D All Stars. They can show that on the back. And also, I'm looking at it now. Sunshine, like you can see, like in the back. I don't know what that says on the original box art, but like there's words you can't even read.
Yeah.
because they just took the original box art.
did.
Honestly, this is F tier. This is the worst
Make
one
a new
we've seen.
tier?
This is really bad, dude.
I don't even know how to make a new tier. Add a row below.
This is really bad. This is really
3D
bad.
All-Stars tier.
It's so lazy, man. You have 3 of the greatest games ever made. You could have done so much. I mean, even reusing the assets. Like I like seeing like the goofy little Goomba.
Yeah, that's true.
In the bottom.
That's fun.
Because that's just it's N64 era Mario art.
Yeah.
But like, I could have done something better with this. Maybe they didn't care because they knew they weren't going to sell it for more than 6 months.
That's true. And frankly,
they still sold 10 million copies of it.
Oh, that feels like the entire package. Frankly, they didn't really care because they knew they were going to sell it for a couple months, and they knew. It
Let's just settle down. The 3D All Stars hate is a little for.
No, I like 3D All Stars, but saying it's not like kind of rushed and cheap and lazy is, I think that'd be incorrect.
Do you think this was planned before COVID?
Yeah, we heard about it before COVID, right?
Did we? It was right around that time. I mean, obviously, I guess to hear about it would have been planned before.
Yeah. Because we were hearing about it from what I remember in like January or February of.
I would love to see what Nintendo's lineup up to this point would look like had COVID not happened. Because I always say this, starting with Metroid Dread, it's been a consistent stream of just same quality.
Yes, but we had
would there be more gaps now? Probably, yeah.
That's probably true. Yeah, I think that's a good point. Because we were like, okay, 2020, it makes sense that things aren't coming out. First half of 2021, still coming out of that, we're like, okay, it makes sense the games are still being worked on. If we had that much of a drought across the course of the life cycle, I think maybe it would have felt a little more balanced. But I also think that in some way it was a blessing in disguise because it led us to have a phenomenal end of 2021, into 2022, into 2023, and just now we're starting to peter off.
But just because they're saving it for Switch 2. Yeah. So, like, I'm fine with it. Yeah. I can rationalize that. Yeah. I mean, 2020 is definitely the worst year of the Switch, in my opinion. But, like, I'm fine with that because it led to the best years of the Switch.
No, totally.
Or best consistent years of the Switch, I should say.
Yeah. Next up, do we want to do Home Circuit? Because that technically doesn't even have box art.
I would say, that's Home Invasion. I don't think so.
Labo literally has boxes. There's never been a physical copy of Mario Kart Tour Home Circuit because you just get. Yeah,
there's the big long box where it's just the RC. I mean, it's just like a toy packaging.
But I mean, there's no cartridge. When you open up the box.
Right, yeah, you get a code. Well, actually, there's not even a code because it's just free on the eShop.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah. I downloaded it. I never bought that. That's like, technically, Tucker, if I'm going for that full first-party set on Switch, technically, that's the only one I don't have.
You need to get that. And I can't imagine it's more expensive now.
It's actually out of stock. It's like $100.
Wait, how much?
It's not like it's. I think it retailed for 100. Okay, but like it didn't go down. It also didn't really go up, but it might go up.
Okay,
I should do that soon. Pikmin 3 Deluxe technically has the same box art.
It's the same box art. Yeah.
So it's really nice.
No, it's
but also Pikmin box arts are kind of boring.
I agree. Pikmin 4 is definitely the best one.
I don't know. I like Pikmin 2 a lot. With like that lobster.
You're right.
Handmade.
That's
Pikmin 2's box art good. Pikmin 1 and Pikmin 3 have boring box arts. Pikmin 2 and Pikmin 4 have solid box arts. Pikmin 4 is fine.
Yeah.
We'll get to it. Age of Calamity?
Age of Calamity, I think, is pretty goddamn good. I think that this does a really nice job at showing all the characters. I think the color palette's good. It fits that Calamity Ganon like smoke terror feel. I think this is good. I think this is probably like a B, but I like it. I think it's fine.
I could see the argument for A. I'm not sure if I'm going to be the person arguing for it,
but you'll see
it. It's nice. I think it just goes to the strength of the 2D Breath of the Wild art style as a whole. It just looks really nice, and that goes for Breath of the Wild. Goes for
and you get the little egg guardian guy who I like. I think he's funny.
This actually, the more I look at it, the more I kind of like it more.
You want to put up?
I really like the red fog or like Malice.
Yeah.
You can see is that Vonaboris in the background as well as can't even tell what the other one is.
Something.
You got like you can like kind of see some guardians in the background. This is nice. I'll still say B, but this is pretty nice.
All right. Now I think we have the 3D All-Stars tier for 3D All-Stars, but I think we also have it for Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, which is technically different box art. Even though it's technically not. But I also want a chance to shit on this because I really, really, really do not like this practice of just mashing it.
Well, this is what I was kind of saying. The Origami King box art feels like this. Obviously, it's not what they did, but it's like it kind of feels like that.
I'm going to put this in 3D All-Stars here because this is, again, too much logo going on. Of course, this is a little more necessary to actually indicate that. But there's no cohesion between the two. which is technically representative of the game because no cohesion between the two games in the collection.
True.
But I do wish that it was 3D World box art with big Fury Bowser looming over the background or something, and it was the logo was like one thing, where it's like 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, and they had like the same kind of importance on the box art. It even though in my mind, Bowser's Fury is the more important part of that collection. I know that's not actually true in terms of gameplay time and in terms of why people are buying it, but I wish Bowser's Fury, because Bowser's Fury has really good key art. It's really cool. I love Bowser's Fury, but it's relegated to just a logo in the corner on this box art. I think it's really, really bad.
Yeah, I think they could have just titled. Well, first of all, I think the title of the game is stupid.
Yeah.
Why? And they did the same thing with the Mario and Luigi games, the remakes on 3DS. They could have just called it Super Mario 3D World : Bowser's Fury.
Sure.
And that would have helped a lot.
Okay.
And then just make new key art that kind of blends both with like the happy feel of 3D World and then also Bowser's Fury.
Yeah.
They could have done this a lot better for sure.
This is one of my least favorite box arts that Nintendo's done. The Super
I
Mario
think
3D World plus Bowser's Fury game for Nintendo.
It's probably the worst box art for a port for sure. Because the other ones either they got an upgrade,
Or it's
like Tokyo Mario Sessions and Pokken
Are
and
there
Mario
any that are
Kart,
worse?
or it's just the same, which is fine.
I don't know if there are any that are worse for the ports.
Yeah, except for this.
Next up, new Pokemon Snap. I think this
was pretty good.
box art. Yeah, I like the new Pokemon Snap box art.
I don't like the game very much.
I think that this goes a little bit too far in terms of like things feeling soft. Like you look at Meganium and you look at like Pichu and you're like, it's like bloomed out a little bit.
Yeah, I can see that.
So I'm gonna say B. I like it. I like the pictures all floating. I like how many Pokemon there are. I like how colorful it is. I like this new Snap logo actually quite a lot. But I think it's a little too soft. I think it's a little too pastel.
Yeah, it's a little weird. You know how so you notice how like Meganium is completely in the photo except for its head,
Yeah.
because it's like coming out of the photo. But then Grookey is just not in the photo at all.
Yeah, his foot's sticking out.
That's fucking weird. But then Sharpie, yeah, I don't know. It's good. I mean, it kind of does a similar thing that the Mario Odyssey thing does, where it just
Yeah.
It's fine. And yeah, there's not really necessarily like a focal point. Also, wait, hold on.
What are you looking at?
Yeah, they just have the fucking camera in the.
That's true. It's just floating there.
I think that might lower it to C.
You want to put it in C? Okay.
Why is the camera just floating there?
Well, because
you get the idea that you're taking photos just from the fact that they're Polaroid.
Yeah.
You don't need a camera floating there with a rainbow casting down its light on this
the God
camera.
rays are a little bit strong here. They're a little too strong.
Yeah. That's where where does this rank on the God ray scale? I would say C.
This is certainly the most God rays we've seen on the box art so far.
That is true.
Okay, Famicom Detective Club doesn't have.
In Japan, it does.
It does.
I don't think we need to rank it.
No.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It'd probably be C or B.
Miitopia, is it different box art from Miitopia?
It's the same. It's the same box art.
We're not doing that. Game Builder Garage Bow.
This one's pretty boring.
It is pretty boring. I think this is D. I think
D. Yeah, it's not 3D All Stars tier, but it is D.
No. Is another game gonna go in 3D All Stars tier? I don't think so. We'll have to wait and see.
No, probably not.
But yeah, no. This is just yellow. I think.
I'm also.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just looking at the box art in full. So you have your little Labo man at the top.
Yeah.
And he's you're showing that you can program him to jump. Then you have the logo, and it's very basic, but it's fine. Yeah. But then you have the entire image of a Nintendo Switch with a hand, and you can actually see the entire screen of the game, and there's actually text on that screen that you can't even read because it's so small. And then you also have at the bottom, Nintendo likes to do this for their more casual software, where it's just an entire sentence: design and share your own games. It's like Spanish. Yeah, this is definitely D tier.
What?
Yeah.
What other games have that at the bottom?
Snipper Clips had it, but it done more taste.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah. No, I don't like this. I don't like it.
A lot of DS games did it, I should say. Maybe not a lot of Switch games, but a lot of the touch generation stuff.
No, definitely. That's
you should know that. You should know that.
Yeah. I thought we were talking about Switch games today, so I was thinking about Switch games. Next up, Super Rush. Nah.
It's definitely, this was pretty.
Tier. I think it's
D tier, really? Okay, I don't know if I'd go that far.
I just think it's
no. Looking at it now, I would.
I just think it's fucking boring.
I like the render of Mario a lot.
Oh, it's good.
It does the same thing as Tennis Ace. It's very high quality.
Yeah, but this I think falls into the opposite of what we were saying about Aces, and what makes Aces feel unique is the fact that it is that indoors, it is purple, and is nighttime, and has the lens flares from the cameras and all that. This is just fucking Mario in a field, which
I like how the golf ball is warped because it's supposed to be going so fast. It looks like it looks like an egg shape.
to be fair to Super Rush, this is very indicative of the game.
That is true.
This is
Camelot knew what they
Super
had.
Rush is just Mario in a
Camelot knew what they had when they were cooking this one.
But I think that a D tier game reflects a D tier box art. Frankly,
I don't know if I'd say it's D tier. I kind of enjoyed that game, despite its horrible issues. Despite its horrendous issues, I actually kind of like Super Rush.
What about its horrendous fucking single player mode?
You don't like you tell me you don't like the open country golf or whatever. You have to like run around for like an hour.
Well, here's the thing. That's the thing that this game has going for it. Not represented on the box art. Like if this was all the characters like running after a golf ball or something like that.
Yeah, that's what it should have been. And you know, because even though I know this is not the focal point of the game, the focus point of this game, I think for most people, is just playing through the story mode. Yeah. But you know how they have like that battle arena mode where it's like all neon lights and stuff? That's what they should have done. Because that would make it stand out.
It would have looked a lot like Aces. Because actually those indoor courts where they like running around, they look a lot like Aces.
They do. Yeah, I think D's fine though.
Camelot knows what they have. I'm not saying
they know what they have. They know what they have in this one. they know their worth.
Next up is Skyward Sword HD.
Is this technically like I know the original one was golden, but like I think it's basically the same, right?
Let me just look up Skyward Sword Wii.
Oh no, yeah, the background's different because you have Gear, him, and Fi. Is it Fi or Fi? I'm always mixing them up.
No, okay. I would say it's different because the gold background versus the not gold background is like
okay, I'm looking at it now.
Different. Experientially.
I like this one. You have the Loft Wings in the top. Like Gear, him, and Fi.
Yeah.
Link. I think that I love the pastel like watercolor style.
It's a really good
art.
I
would say at least A. I would say A.
Yeah, let's go with that one. Yeah, I really
Nausea is like the Awakening.
And also, hey,
yeah,
I don't think Skyward Sword HD gets enough praise. I think that game looks great. I actually think the motion controls work very well. I didn't finish that game, but I really, really enjoyed what I played of it. I think it's actually one of the best looking Zelda games ever.
I think even on Wii that was probably.
But I think having it HDified and a little bit cleaned up, the color palette's a little bit richer. I think
Skyward Sword hate in 2024. So
what do we do? Like, what do we do with our life? You know, get it together, WarioWare style.
Why is that the title of the game now?
I just said
WarioWare style.
WarioWare get together. I think
this one has a better box art than Move It.
I like the drawing of WarioWare. Him doing the splits and his fucking.
Doing the splits on the Joy-Con. Ooh, is that technically part of the logo, having the Joy-Con there?
No.
Well, I really like that. I like how it's coming out of the logo.
I think it's just him doing the splits on the Joy-Con.
Well, I know, but the way they have it composed with the logo right below his groin.
Yeah.
I actually like that a lot.
Actually, you know, the more I look at this, I actually really quite like this box. I think that's very clever, him doing the splits on the Joy-Con. The Joy-Con are on it. But also,
behind the logo looks really nice, and then having pretty much all of the Wario friends.
Yes. But they're not. But they're blurred.
Some of them are,
and they're behind the little like sparkles coming.
And then you could even see some mini games. I think honestly, the more I look at this, the more this is goated. At least A, honestly, Loki.
Oh, but yeah.
I think this is A.
Sure, let's do it. Yeah, I do like it.
This is not a box art I ever like really thought about, but now that I'm like really looking at it, it's actually it's pretty good.
Bo, Metroid Dread. This is S or double S. I love the Metroid Dread box art. I think that the deep red is really, really striking. That I think that the suit that she gets in Dread, Samus gets in Dread, is the best looking suit in Metroid. And the fact that you get like the totally stark silhouettes of the Emmys in the background is just so intimidating. I love the Dread box art. So S or double S? What are you feeling?
It's double S.
Absolutely.
I was holding back. I was holding back, but yeah. This is. I don't know if it's my favorite Metroid box. Funnily enough, but it's really good. Like you said, her suit in this is one of the best. I don't know if it's my favorite. Fusion suit's really goated.
Oh yeah, I like.
But having the really dark red looks so sinister.
Yeah,
and that's maybe when you're playing this game, it doesn't really feel that sinister when you're going through the emissions, but that's the for, totally. And I really respect that they really committed to that with the art here.
Yeah.
And also, man, just fucking the title too, Metroid Dread.
Yeah.
And there's all these creepy Emmys in the background. Oh, it works so good.
Well, and I also really like that the red color of the background is the same color as the logo, but the logo is not on the red background. And so there's red on the top and there's red on the bottom. They're not clashing.
Yeah.
There's red in the middle with her helmet. Dog. She's perfectly framed in the middle. You got the Emmys surrounding her. It's kind of got that, that like Three Houses thing going on where everything's framed really nicely.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
Yeah.
But I'm curious. I'm like other Metroid. Like, what is Zero Missions box art? Oh,
It's kind of
it's fine.
it's just kind of
It's
Metroid
just, it's
box
just,
art.
it's just Metroid doing
Yeah.
things.
I mean, people love the Super Metroid box art. I like the Super Metroid box
That's
art.
iconic.
Yeah.
That's good.
Um,
This one, yeah, Metroid Dread's probably the best one.
I actually like the Samus Returns box art quite a bit. It's actually much in this vein of Dread, where great pose of Samus
Sure.
striking in the middle.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. I mean, this one, Samus Returns is a little bit more basic because there's no enemies, and but I do like the space. I just like the really dark red and black contrast.
Totally. I'm not saying it's better, but they're
No, but yeah, they're pretty similar. Yeah, Mercury knows.
Yeah.
Who handles box arts at Nintendo? Like, would that be that wouldn't be the developer, would it? Probably. Maybe.
I think it depends. Probably.
Do you think Indie Cube's making the Mario Party box arts? I kind of doubt that.
No, actually, I guess you're right. Like, because no, yeah, it's got to be someone like an external team that handles it.
That's it. I've never really thought about that, like how they really come together and make these.
Though there are some of them where you're like, okay, yeah, it's not handled by them, or no, sorry, it is handled by them.
EPD4 definitely does not handle their box arts.
Sure. No, well, definitely, yeah. But like also
that is a marketing firm if I've ever seen one.
Training and like Pokemon, Pokemon Company obviously handles their box art design. It's just Kintsugi Mori art on a fucking background. Yeah. You don't need to outsource a company to do that.
Bro, so let's say Sword and Shield comes out like what? The game goes gold like October 31st or whatever.
Yeah.
November like 16th, he's like, oh shit. He like draws them real quick and that's it. Yeah. He just does it at his desk in like 30 minutes. It's great.
Where we go next? Well, I've lost a little bit of track. Oh, Superstars. Mario Party Superstars. I like the Superstars box art. I think the render of Mario from the Superstars box is one of the better ones in terms of how rosy his little cheeks are, and I like him jumping with the dice. But
yeah, I would say this one's pretty good.
I think it's
I mean, we have what? We have Super Mario Party NES. I would say this is.
I think it's B.
A, B. Yeah, okay, I'm okay with B. That's fine. That's good.
It doesn't spark joy. But I think it's
sure.
BDSP.
Well, okay. Well, so the icon is different. That's not what they actually look like. Let me pull it up.
The BDSP. No, you're right. Actually, I'm not. Is that what the icon looks like? BDSP. I don't remember that.
I don't even think so.
No, I don't think that's true.
So I have seen some people clowning on these ones in the past because they look like this is like a weird realistic thing with Palkia and Dialga.
Yeah.
I kind of like it.
Here's the thing.
I think because it's at least it's a not. Look, I love Ken Sugimori's art.
Yeah.
This is definitely better than Sword and Shield though, just because they did something. They tried.
Here's the thing. I agree that I like that they tried something different. I don't think it's better personally. But I like that there's like the sparkles coming out from Palkia's Pearl and Dialga's Diamond. I think it looks cool. It's a little more dynamic than most Pokemon box art. It's more dynamic than even the normal box art for Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah,
but definitely. I think that the renders of Dialga and Palkia are not very good. They kind of have that Pokemon Home.
They do look weird.
They have like a Pokedex 3D from the 3DS look going on, where it's like, what the hell's going on here? And also, it's not representative of the art style of the game, and which is also technically true of all our Pokemon box art. But I do think that like this kind of would imply that like, oh, these are the more realistic like lighting versions.
Yeah, it is like the furthest from the box art to the actual style of the game.
Yeah, which I think is a little bit misleading.
Sure, I would still say I like them more than Sword and Shield, but I would still put them in D tier also.
Okay, I think that's fair.
Yeah. Big Brain Academy.
Big Brain Academy. Brain versus Brain. I like this.
I like casual games.
I think that it does a perfect.
I love the avatars in this game. They're so cute. And Dr. Lo, my boy.
The art style of this game is fantastic. It's very consistent. The little hand drawn, sketchy style of it. You get representation of like all the different little puzzles around it. Dr. Loeb.
My only issue is they put like screenshots at the bottom. They didn't need to do that.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Let me take a look at that.
They did not need to do that.
Big.
It looks like they only did that in the American version though. The European version does not have. The European version is also not green. You see that? You see how they put the screenshots at the bottom?
Oh, you're right. That makes it worse.
Why would they do that?
That's fucking
that's so dumb. If without that, this would have been like an A, or even an S maybe, because it's so cute.
I would say you're right. That kind of gives it a little bit of clutter. Yeah.
I'd say B.
I still want to say A, but I think those drag it down. I think the screenshots drag it down.
Why'd they put screenshots there?
The icon is perfect because the icon is just that minus the.
It doesn't have that.
Screenshot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. And also the box art on Backlogged is that minus the screenshots. So they've shown that they can do it without the screenshots. They just needed to show the screenshots. Next up is Legends Arceus.
Well, it's definitely the best Pokemon box art on Switch.
Easily. Holy shit, easily.
Yeah. Although I don't know if it's like, I don't know if this is like an S tier box art. It's good. It's really good.
I'm gonna say
they have yeah, that's what I was gonna say too.
Yeah.
It's definitely better than Let's Go.
I think that this one actually does quite. I would say this is the most accurate box art to visual style that Pokemon has ever had. Because
sure.
Yeah, okay, the game's not hand drawn, but it does have that painterly style to it. And it has this color palette of a little bit muted down, and the greens and the browns are kind of prevalent throughout that game.
Well, also just it's indicative of what you're doing, just because you're looking at a big field.
Correct. Yes.
You know?
And Mount Coronet looming in the background. All the Pokemon behind you. You can throw all your Pokemon in your party if you remember from Legends Arceus. You can have them all sitting around you. So it's very indicative. And also, I'm not falling for the trick again. Akari and Ray are not the same character. They are characters in the game. You know the one game.
Now,
you know what's funny? The one game I didn't complain about that for was Three Houses, and Byleth is the same character.
Oh yeah. Well, you were just so clouded in your judgment.
That's true.
I
was
defend
distracted
it
by other things there. But I think
so that makes that one even worse. Bump it down to B.
Oh no. I really like this box art.
Yeah, it's also the only Pokemon box art that has Bidoof.
That's a great point.
Probably, right? Maybe a spinoff has. I would say this is A. I don't think I would go as high as S, but it's really good.
Let's go with that.
Yeah.
Up next, Kirby and the Forgotten Land. I think it's probably one of the best Kirby box arts.
I still don't think it's that good though.
Yeah, I think B.
I think that's fine because like the vibe they were going for in the marketing for this game was like, oh, Kirby is in this forgotten land and he's like adventuring, but you don't really get that vibe too much when you're playing it. So like him doing like the Boy Scout like looking with his hand.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I just wish that it was Kirby. Like mouthful mode is what makes it so distinct, and if it was Kirby on the box, that'd be sick as hell.
That also might look stupid though.
I don't give a shit. It's Kirby, frankly.
I mean, yeah, they could have definitely done more of an Odyssey thing where they have a bunch of different scenes.
Sure.
And in those scenes, you could see like Cone Kirby and Carby, but
yeah, Cone B, and Glider B, and Vending B.
Yeah, they could have also put a Waddle Dee on here.
They could have, yeah.
Or any from the Beast Pack or whatever they're called.
Town, yeah, or Elfilin. Where's Elfilin? Why is Elfilin not on the?
Yeah, they could. I think B's fine, but they definitely could have.
Yeah, they could have done more. Because it does not show the mouthful mode. It doesn't show Waterloo Town, which are big aspects of the game. So yeah, it's fine. Bo, talk to me about Nintendo Switch Sports, buddy.
This one's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
I'm trying to I would say I actually like this more than something like Sports' box art because that box art
sure
anything special either. They're just showing the Joy-Con being used.
Yeah.
See the sprites. There are 4 different sets of hands on this box art.
4 different sets of hands.
Crazy.
What? I only see 3. Wait, what?
Well, the top 2 are 2 different people.
And
the bottom has a sign. And then so each different scene has a different hand being shown. Which just is, I mean, that's just Nintendo's design philosophy with box arts that are motion based or quirky gimmick based. It's fine. I would say like C tier.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, I don't think it's D tier. Like it's
fine.
It conveys what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe too much blue.
I would agree with that. Yeah. But luckily the logo's not drowned out by that. And it is coherent, so I'll give it that. Mario Strikers Battle League. I think this is the best sports box art on the Switch. I like the edgy style. I think the clashing of Bowser and Mario in this sort of gritty, hand-drawn, edgy style. Now, I will say, this is less representative of the game than that Charged having it.
I mean, that's fine. That's fine. It doesn't need to. The game's not very good. This
No,
is I
no,
would say
no,
this is the worst. This is definitely the worst for
I
sports
would agree with
game.
that. Well,
Um,
yeah,
I definitely enjoyed my time with golf more than this.
but I
um,
like this. Well, actually, no. The more
yeah,
I
the
look
art.
at it, here's the problem. The background is not in that style. That's the main problem.
Mm,
All the characters are in this cool hand drawn, edgy style. The backgrounds are kind of just the levels.
they have another image of Mario and Bowser clashing on this box art. If you noticed.
Yeah.
I don't know. People, I remember like because I didn't like grow up with Mario Strikers.
Yeah.
I remember people like always talking about, oh, I love the style that Mario Strikers on Wii, and I like it's cool to have some unique different Mario art. I never thought this art style was like that great. It's good.
Wait.
Um,
What are you talking about having Bowser and Mario clashing? Oh, on the screen?
yeah, on the screen at the top left next to the
Oh,
Switch
that's
logo.
so fucking tiny that I didn't even notice it.
Yeah, it's just funny. I don't know. I like the art's good. I've never been like a huge fan of it though. Like I remember people like really
No,
like, oh, this is so unique.
I agree. It is unique.
It's good.
I think it's well done. But it's not my personal favorite. I would
B?
say B. Yeah, I would say B. I think it is. I think it is nice box art though.
Yeah, it's solid.
Three
Tucker?
hopes.
I think this is one of the best Switch box arts.
You like Three Hopes a lot? Yeah.
I think similar. It's similar to Tokyo Mirage Sessions, where I feel like I don't know. There's the color. I mean, this is pink. We don't really have any pink box arts
That's
for
true.
Switch. Pink and purple. Trying to pull up.
Actually, I actually
Floor.
yeah. And Bo,
This one's really nice, bro. I can't fucking find a
Bo, look
picture.
at
Of it.
Claude. Claude is standing straight up, buddy.
Exactly. Yes, because they realized how massively they fucked up.
And also, they're putting the focus on Shez, and Shez has a great design. So
Yeah.
And Shez
There's
versus
no
Byleth?
there's no weird shit where there's two Byleths
No, it's true.
or two Shezes.
Shezai, yeah. No,
Shezai,
I really like
yeah.
it. I'm gonna say S for this.
Yeah, I think I wasn't gonna say double S, but I think S is. I mean, it's really nice box.
Yeah, I think it's very, very good. And easily
Yeah.
the best Warriors box art.
Yes, by far. It's also the best Warriors game by far.
I would agree with that. Well, actually, I couldn't tell.
You've only
I haven't
played
played-
one.
I haven't played the other one.
But Tucker, I can
It's all
assure
downhill
you,
from here.
without a doubt, it is the best Warriors game. And anyone who disagrees hasn't played it.
Tell
It's also better than Three Houses.
Tell a little bitch called Abram Beaner that.
Does he even play Fire Emblem?
Oh, he does. Yeah, he does. And he's played all the Warriors games.
Does he like Age of Calamity more?
No, I don't think.
Okay, well as long as that's the case, I mean,
Okay, Bo.
S, double S.
It is double S. I agree. I have one complaint.
Do you think it's better than 2 or yeah?
I have one complaint. I don't really like the renders of the characters. They look a little bit
Interesting.
They have like a little bit of too much like shading on them. Like I don't know. I just feel like they pop out of the background a little bit too
This
much.
feels like a nitpick. This is a very small
It's a
nitpick.
nitpick. But here's the thing. Having the fucking sword and having the Kingdom of Oriah, just like the box art of the previous one, and the grass,
The culmination.
and also the fact that all 6 characters are there.
Yeah.
It's
Showing the full party is really cool.
and it's just I just love it. It's just great.
Also, not necessarily. I mean, it's part of the box art, but like the logo, I was gonna say, I love this logo so much because it has the fading of the Xenoblade. Was that Xenoblade 2 or 1? I can't remember. And then the like in the number, it's like a pattern. So they not only did they merge Araya and is it the Makana sword, Biana sword? I can't remember. But they also combined the logos, which I really like. I've ever noticed that.
Yeah,
Really
no,
good.
it's a great box art.
Yeah.
It's a great fun box art.
Yeah.
Splatoon 3. I think this is probably my favorite Splatoon box art.
Yeah, I could see the argument for S. I think this is. I don't know. Splatoon 1's box art's pretty good.
Yeah, I like Splatoon 1's box art. But I think that
Maybe A.
I think the blue and yellow works really well here because the sort of dark purple blue that is the primary paint color for Splatoon 3 matches really well with the sky color. And so it's not overwhelming with the amount of colors, which I would say Splatoon 2's actual box art does have in terms of like you got a blue sky and you got the gray background and everything, but the blue, the yellow, and then blue again, I think it just feels very focused.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of this box art. So I'm gonna say A.
I think that's fine. Yeah.
I've
I really like that-
I've never
like
analyzed
that
box
deep
art
blue.
like this before. I'm getting into the fucking weeds.
You're into the weeds of these box arts.
Sparks of Hope up next.
Definitely better than Kingdom Battle.
I think it is.
Where do we
better,
put that?
but I
We
don't
put that
think
in C.
Yes, we did put it in C. So I'm fine putting it in B. I actually think that the head stacky thing for this is kind of lazy. Like it really just kind of looks like Avengers Endgame, or like Star Wars.
Yeah. But it's just the colors.
I really like this.
The colors
gonna
are
say
good.
C as well.
Interesting. I'm trying to find a
Because I think also the fact that it doesn't have a background, it's just like space, is a little bit bland. And the head.
I've never been too much of a hater of the head stacking. I mean, there are some cases where it's really bad.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably put it in B.
Okay.
Because I do think it's better than King
Is
of
this
Battle.
the favor that?
I don't know if it's no. This is not the favor. So in that case, we're doing.
I'm gonna say C personally.
Okay, I'm fine with C. That's fine.
Put it in C.
It'd be higher C though. For me, personally.
Sure.
I'm really going to bat for
3.
kids.
Remember when
I like this one a
Nintendo
lot.
put out both these games like a week apart?
Well, Nintendo didn't put out Sparks of Hope. In fact, they actually advised Ubisoft to release it.
That's a good point. That's a good point. But these yeah, that's weird. Bayonetta 3.
I think Bayonetta 3 has a really nice box art. I think it's the best of the 3.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
I mean, the other two are fine. They just feel a little boring, and maybe the fact that the other two are blue and this one's like full red is what makes it pop out and stand out more to me. But I really like the red, as we've gone over purple box.
Red and purple goes really well together. Bayonetta, even though it's a dark color palette overall, Bayonetta still stands out because the moon behind her is like just shining just a little bit, so she's got a little bit of a glow around her. I will say, Bo, even though I love the purple gradient, I don't love the Bayonetta 3 logo with the 3 in the middle.
Oh, that's sure.
I think it's kind of annoying, actually.
Well, okay, but also I'm looking at the Bayonetta 2 logo, and in case they just put a 2 squared.
That's true. That is true.
It also doesn't look very good. And in fact, I would say the Bayonetta 3 logo is probably better than that.
Yeah, I don't really.
At least in terms
I
of
don't care enough. But
I don't care enough. Then why are you here?
That's a great point. That's a great point. Actually, Bo, obviously, I do care enough, and I care enough to say I think that the 3 interrupting the Bayonetta logo, it's like that's rude. Get out of there.
That's rude.
What are you doing? But I think the box art is good overall. I'm nitpicking the logo, but also the logo's got a beautiful purple to black color gradient. I
would
love
say
the
A.
gradient. I'm gonna say A as well. Yeah, I think it's very good.
That's really nice. Also, the game's the best Bayonetta. People that say otherwise are just stupid.
I think they're all pretty close. I think 3 is the most flawed because it tries the most things, and some of those things are really stupid and don't work.
Are you saying you don't like the rhythm game?
I don't like. What about like the genre
Shit was
section,
awesome.
like the stealth 2D platform? Those are terrible.
That's such a small portion of the game.
We'll do a Bayonetta discussion another day. Next up is Scarlet and Violet, and now I would say that these are some of the better uses of just Sugimori art on a background.
I was gonna say I think I like these more than what's.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I really like because if you remember the review, Scarlet and Violet, the detective going in that old antique shop and he finds the old paper or whatever.
Yeah.
So it has I mean that's the whole theme of Paldea is the legends of Paldea.
Mm-hmm.
So having that weathered paper look in the background with the even just
leather,
the
I think.
Yeah.
And also I like that the legendaries, Koraidon and Miraidon, it's not their entire bodies. Something that I think has made other Pokemon box art feel very samey is that it's just the entire render of, or the entire drawing, the entire Sugimori drawing.
Well, okay, to be fair, okay, I'm looking at the full box art. It's almost the entire.
It's almost the entire one, but it's not the.
Not quite. Yeah.
I just like these, and I also think that the little border around the edges, just a little bit of pop.
I mean, the border's nice, and I don't know. Well,
but I have to
as a content creator, the logos were always.
That's true. No, that's absolutely true. Yeah. The logos are not actually that good, but I like everything else around them. I'm gonna say B for these because even though I like them more than other Sugimori Pokemon box art, because it seems like there's a little bit more going on, it's still just a fucking guy on a colored background.
Yeah, I mean, I think also the design of Miraidon and Koraidon being better than Zacian and Zamazenta definitely helps.
That definitely
in
does.
general.
Yes.
But you can imagine a scenario where this box art is, because I mean you get the legendary at the start of the game, right?
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Yes.
Yeah. So they could have just had it be a character writing it and then you see Penny and some other characters actually show what the game is.
But Bo,
I do kind of respect the tradition. I respect the tradition that Pokemon has put in place.
Yeah.
With the box arts.
Yeah.
But maybe move on.
I would agree. But they moved on one time for Legends. And Bo,
that's a single game.
Bo,
I think that's the only thing.
Who the hell knows what the Legends ZA box art is going to look like?
Mm-hmm.
No idea. No fucking clue what that's going to look like. And that's exciting. Because you could also easily have imagined them doing a Legends Arceus that has Arceus as the main thing, which would
True. They didn't
kind
put
of
Arceus. That's interesting.
which would kind of be a little bit harsh shit because Arceus is like only kind of involved in that game. Certainly not
Yeah.
the focus of it.
Yeah.
But Fire Emblem Engage up next. I think this has very much
I
what
think
you're
this is
saying
really good.
about Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
Yeah.
That's going on.
A lot of nice color.
But I love the Engage.
The ring in the middle.
I like the Engaged logo with the red to blue and with a little bit of purple in the middle. I think it looks really good, and obviously that is very much indicative of the game. Most of the characters have red, and obviously Alier.
First of all, one of the best looking Switch games.
Oh sure, I love this.
But also,
of Engage.
okay, I know we were talking about like, oh, they have both versions of Alier on here. That L, not an L. I don't care.
Oh, that was
but
mostly me.
I know that's you. I love Alier's design. I know people do not like Alier.
Yeah.
Toothpaste girl. I don't really get the hate. I think I certainly like Alier more than Byleth.
Oh, well, absolutely. Yes.
It's not even close.
Yeah.
Corrin, maybe I would say I like more than Alier.
I would agree.
But I like Alier more than Robin as well. So.
I agree with it. Bo, we have the exact same last 4 game.
Plus, you have Best Girl Ivy on the cover.
Bo, I don't remember a single other character.
You didn't finish it, did you?
Bo, I played like 3 hours of that game.
Yeah, you go back and finish it. It's the best Fire Emblem game on Switch.
I played more.
Cunning Warriors.
I beat Awakening and 3 Houses. I played like 75% of Birthright, and I played like 3 hours of Engage because I just not give a shit. But I'll go back. To it. I'll go back.
Yeah, it's a good one. The box art's really good too. I would say A. So
yeah, let's go A. No, I mean I think A is good.
It's fine. S would be a little too. It's not. The box art is not as good as Three Hopes, so it's fine.
Metroid
Does Prime Remastered count?
What does the fucking Prime box art look like?
I think the background's different, but it's like the same. Samus.
Same Samus. Oh yeah, the back. You're right. I don't think it feels different enough. It's a little bit darker, but I think it feels exactly what it should be. It's a slightly.
I
more
personally
HD
don't
version.
like this box art that much. It's just Samus standing there and like the.
Yeah, now that so I think it looks good as like an icon, but now I'm looking at the box art. No, yeah, that's pretty. This kind of has the like a Pokemon thing going. This kind of feels like. Excuse me. This kind of feels like the BDSP of Metroid Prime box art.
Tuck, you know what's crazy? Metroid Prime fans will look you in the face and say this is one of the greatest box arts of all time. I have seen that. I've seen people say that.
Like Prime 1?
Yes.
Or fuck, I mean, like GameCube?
Yes. Metroid Prime has one of the best boxes of all time.
I like the logo.
I've seen people say that.
Frankly, I actually, now that I look at it more, I think this is boring box art. They're just.
I mean, are we ranking it? If not, matter. But I would say this is almost D tier, personally.
Yeah, but I don't think we should.
Maybe.
I don't think we should.
Yeah, we don't need to rank it.
But
well, I just wanted to say it to piss off all the BLB people watching. Because I know there's a lot of Metroid Prime.
Yes. But what does have different box art is Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe.
I think this is the best Kirby box art on Switch.
And this is much better than the normal Return to Dreamland box art, which I'm not a big fan of.
Yeah, that one's pretty boring. But this one once again has the Mario Kart 8 thing going on, where there's just so many colors popping.
Yeah,
it's that dark blue, and this one shows all the different characters. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think
A for this one.
A tiers. Yeah, because we put Forgotten Land and Beast. Yeah, I think A is good for this. This one is really nice, and I feel like it's funny they put so much effort into this.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I also think that what makes it stand out a little bit more is I think that this is one of the best that Kirby has looked in the box art because he's got a little bit of an outline around him. He's a little bit.
Did you play this, right?
Oh yeah, it's a fine game.
You know, I think this is. It's not the best Kirby game on Switch, obviously.
No.
But this remake pushed Return to Dreamland up to Planet Robobot tier for me.
Oh really? Okay.
I think it's Planet Robot. I would need to replay Planet Robot. I think Planet Robot's still probably better and has more interesting mechanics because of the robots stuff going on there. Mm-hmm. But this remake really elevated it.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good game. Now, Bayonetta Origins, Cereza in the Lost Demon. Yeah, we're wrapping up. Cereza in the Lost Demon. Let's take.
I don't like the logo for this game.
The logo?
You don't like it's kind of.
Yeah, no, yeah.
It looks like a word salad logo a little bit because like Bayonetta's really tiny, but you would think.
Oh, you know it's even smaller.
Maybe they were trying to like sell it because it's like, oh, it's not Bayonetta, guys, because Bayonetta games don't sell that well, or something. So they just made the Bayonetta logo really small.
Yeah, this is a weird one. I agree. I think the title is weird, and I think the logo is bad. Bayonetta
Oh
is
my god, the
small.
Origins! I didn't even notice how small
even
Origins is.
smaller.
Yeah,
And then,
I love the art and like the owls on the top. Like this is really nice art.
yeah.
It does like it's indicative of what the game kind of looks like, but
Uh,
pretty.
I'm gonna say B. I think it's good,
Sure.
but I think that the logo kind of takes away from it. To be honest, like if it was just like one like big thing, it was like
Why didn't they just call it Bayonetta Origins?
yeah, if it was just Bayonetta Origins, absolutely. Then and there would be like big block letters.
Or if they really want to do a Bayonetta Origins
Bayonetta
like,
Origins Demon.
Demon lost Bayonetta Origins and
But yeah, this is okay. It's okay, and that's a good game. That is my favorite Bayonetta game.
Oh.
By actually a fucking country mile.
bad taste in video games.
Thank you. Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp. Now that's new box art, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
I guess I don't really know what the box art for fucking.
The art for Advance Wars is nice. It's just Advance Wars. Like, I don't know. I don't like the game that much personally.
No. This is the artwork on the box for this is way better than what the game looks like.
That's true. Man, can you imagine if they've remade Advance Wars?
And it looked like that. But
obviously, I know they have like the portraits and the animations,
yeah.
but like, imagine if like your units look like a Andron. Oh,
I would probably play some of that game.
I'd probably like.
I think this box art is like C or B.
It's good.
I think it's good.
Yeah, I was gonna say C. I think C. It's fine.
Okay. There we go.
Here's where the disagreement comes.
Oh, what for Tears of the Kingdom?
Yeah, I think this is a. I would still say it's S tier, but it's definitely worse than Breath of the Wild for me. It's not even close. Because for me, Breath of the Wild would double up. This would be S tier.
Sure. No, you're wrong.
I understand. Okay, so I understand that like Tears of the Kingdom. Oh, it's cool because like he's on the Sky Island showing like that. But that's what Breath of the. You were trying to make the argument that like Tears of the Kingdom shows more of what the game is, right? I think that was you. At some point.
I think it's just more unique because he's not just like standing there. I mean, he's kneeling, which is not that different. But I think it just the simple pose change feels a little bit more dynamic. But I also think that the color palette for this one is just a lot more appealing. The
really, I see.
Logo,
I would
the gold of the leaves and the grass, and then the like teal sky behind it, and the teal Link in his golden hair. I think it all flows together so well. I mean, the color palette of Tears of the Kingdom, I think, is one of the best Nintendo's ever done. And so this is a double S for me. But if you don't agree, then we're gonna have to drop it.
Can we here? I will put it in double S. Can we please just put Breath of the Wild up there as well?
You know what? Yeah, sure.
I'm calling in my favor. I'm calling in the favor.
I mean, wait, this is a favor for both of us, though. So
it works out.
Yeah, it works.
I'm calling in my favor.
I think they're both very good. But I just think the color palette is so much more dynamic and interesting.
Interesting. Yeah. Both are incredible. Now, I do like Tears of the Kingdom.
Now, Bo, Pikmin 1+2 is kind of 3D All Stars here.
Yeah, it's 3D All Stars here.
It is new box art.
It's just the Pikmin.
It's just the logos.
Standing
and it's just
in a black back. Yeah.
But
bro, Nintendo is the only company that could get a.
Yeah.
Just putting a fucking character. It's like, and like, yeah, Pikmin's iconic, but like, it's iconic to us.
Oh yeah. And it's not like
you walk into a store, you just see this box art. It's just
art
a couple of like little plant
2.
creatures just standing on a background.
It didn't grab the eye of any person.
Yeah.
You only bought this if you wanted to play Pikmin 1 and 2 on Switch. And even then, most people bought it digitally because it was first a digital game, and there was only like a half-assed like later thing that they put in stores.
I bought the physical. I waited.
And also, frankly, it looks worse on even as icons because Pikmin 1 and 2 have good box art. Why don't they just?
Yeah.
And also, I gotta say, another 3D All Stars tier element of this is the fact that they Pikmin 4-ified the fucking logos.
I know I hate that. I know we don't like when like the 3D World thing where they mashed in Bowser's Fury. I would have preferred if they did that.
Sure.
If they just did Pikmin 1 at the top, Pikmin 2 at the bottom. That would have been that would have looked
box arts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead, it's just whatever this was. 3D All Stars tier is filling up, buddy.
But yeah, more than I expected.
Now here's an interesting one. Everybody went to Switch has pretty solid box art. I'm gonna be completely honest. I like the orange, purple, and gold color palette. I like MC Horus out in the middle. It's got a little carrot.
I do like how on the right people are using their phones.
Yeah, and
so you can do that.
They're using
the.
Yeah.
This is honestly
good box art.
This is pretty good. It's pretty good.
And
it's at least B.
I
Is A? You think an A? You think an A?
I like this box art quite a bit.
I'm okay with that.
How
Honestly,
about
like
this?
yeah.
The box art is the best thing about this game.
Hey, everybody wants to switch is fun.
No, it is fun. I'm just being a jackass. But
Yeah.
I actually like. I actively like the box art.
Yeah, and the more I look at it, the more I like. It's just very like
It's just pleasing.
yeah, it's
It's
just nice to look
dynamic.
at. Nice color. It's great.
But unlike something like we were talking
Symmetrical.
about, oh hey, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Ultimate, like the colors are popping. Yeah, okay, the colors pop here. This is not drawing any eye. No one was like,
Yeah.
oh, I can't wait to do that.
Yeah, no.
Everybody wants to switch. Horse guy people. What? I mean, okay, yeah, this kind of represents the game because people are using phones and Joy-Con, but this,
Mhm.
there's no way to sell this game.
Yeah.
There's no way to like market it, which is why they didn't try. They didn't try to market
did not.
it.
You remember when this was announced? That was crazy when it was announced just on Twitter.
And
It's
then,
like it's coming out in 3 weeks
and then,
or
but then we
whatever.
didn't even really know what it was until 2 weeks after that.
Yeah, it was like a week before
Oh, that was so funny.
it showed it.
Pikmin 4. I think this is my favorite Pikmin box art. I really like the renders of Ochi and the Pikmin. I think that the lighting looks really nice. The environment around them is really high detail. But I think the fact that it's just them standing there and there's no captains, there's no ship.
Yeah, see, I mean that's why I like Pikmin 2's box art so much, is because you see all, or is
Sure.
it Louis? I can't
I think it's both.
throwing. Yeah, you see them like actually fighting an enemy.
Yeah.
It would make like I can picture this box art being better where it's like a captain riding Ochi.
Yeah,
Then it's kind of weird
commanding
because you have a
Pikmin.
create a captain now.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean,
It's
there
good.
is a
I don't know.
there is a
It's kind
default
of
one, like the girl with the pink hair that they have put on all the trailers.
True.
That
Oh,
and
yeah,
they
that's
have an
true.
official render. Actually, there is an official render of that captain riding on Ochi, and it's a great render. I love that render. And there's also the one with like Ochi and like the Pikmin jumping on the back. That's another
Yeah.
great render. Pikmin 4 has some
Like,
amazing renders.
this is a nice image. I think they could have done more with it.
I agree.
I would
agree.
say B.
Totally. Yes, it's good, but it has missed potential.
Yeah.
Detective
But
Pikachu
Detective
returns. This is fine box art. I got nothing against it, but I also got nothing for it. C tier.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just characters standing in Time City, Rhyme City.
Yes,
called?
rhymes. Times.
Rhyme City. Yeah, Cotton.
All right.
Interesting choice of Pokemon here. You got Applin. You got, is that a Alolan Darmanitan?
No, it's
Alolan?
Galarian. Darmanitan.
Galarian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luxray.
Bro,
Dino,
I swear to God,
Pink.
there was like a 5-year period. Pretty much the entire Switch generation so far has just been. I've been fucking every game has Luxray in it. I'm tired of Luxray.
But hey, they got a
like
Alolan
the Lost-
Executor.
They got
box
Ducklett
art
on
with
there.
Alolan Executor, which is
They
great.
also have a really tiny Mewtwo.
Yeah, because he's
That's kind
part
of
of the
weird.
game.
He's like floating away.
And you
Yeah, he's just back there.
Yeah,
It's fine. I say C tier is fine.
C tier's fine. Bo, dog, I love the Super Mario Wonder box art. I love it so much. I think that the fact that the Wonder effect is like the border around it makes the fact that the rest of it is white like I think it flows really nicely. I think this is the best render that Mario's ever had. I love the amount of dynamic stuff that's going on in the background. You get the little bull rush guys charging off the thing, transformation into Goomba, the wiggly pipe, the flower, the
bulls
what's
in
the
the sky.
Prince Florian, right? The Luigi using his cap as a parachute. Every bit of this game, from the badges to the wonder effects to the multiple playable characters to the different enemies to the transformations, it's all there. You got the purple coins even. I think this is an double S tier. I love the Super Mario Bros. Wonder box art. I think it's easily the best 2D Mario box art.
That is true. I don't know. Double S.
I absolutely adore this fucking box art.
Like, is this one of the most iconic box arts of all time? Like you look at Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. You look at Xenoblade.
I don't think it has the simplicity or the focus that these other ones have, but I think it does sort of the thing that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has, where there's a lot of really cool stuff going on that really grabs your eye and also really represents the game. I mean, we've been talking so much today about how some of these box arts don't really tell you what the game is going to be like. This one, it does out the wazoo. I mean, this is like, there's so much fucking detail, so much variety here. And again, the renders of these characters that are used in this box art are just rosy. Their color palettes are nice. They got like a feel to them.
Look at the sheen on Daisy's hair. That looks good.
And the gold that's used for Daisy, like it has that. It's like, it's not like a stark yellow that has been used for some other games. And the shading on the Luigi cap. Oh, I love this box art so much.
I'm okay with the plus.
Yes, let's
You convince me.
go.
You convince me.
Let's go.
That's a really good
And
box art.
also, I love the Wonder logo. The Wonder logo with that little the pink and blue.
Yeah, the Wonder logo is really good.
God, it's so fucking good, dude. Oh, where we're moving.
Yeah, I don't have much that you really covered it. It's a really good box art. Yeah,
Next up is where we remove it. We're wrapping up.
definitely worse than Getting It Together.
Definitely worse, which we have Get It Together in A. I like the orange of this one. And I like that he's posing with the different little guys. He's got the Joy-Con.
Listen, I understand that Mario's like is a fat ass, and he's like, the way he looks like twisting his body, it looks a little weird.
Yeah, and
Because that's filling out. I kind of don't like this art.
Actually, no, yeah, because it's a little bit. I mean, it's grotesque, but it's not funny grotesque in the way that Wario's pants splitting and Get It Together was.
The twist that he's doing is really weird. You see his ass crack
Oh,
versus his ass cheek.
That's weird. Yeah, I didn't even notice that. Holy shit,
Yeah.
he's really flexible. Holy god.
Oh yeah, he's really
His
twisted.
feet are facing backwards, Bo, but his face is facing forwards. That's fucked up.
I don't know, like this one. I would say C.
I'm gonna agree.
Maybe even D. Maybe even D.
I'm gonna go C. I think that I like the orange gradient and I like the green logo.
Yeah,
I think
sure.
that those complement each other very well.
Mario Where Get It Together just does it so much better because it shows all the Wario pals.
Yes.
You got the Joy-Con. In fact, yeah, the Joy-Con that he's holding in this aren't even Joy-Con. They're just like weird gray blocks.
No, you know they are the form stones.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. That saves a little bit. My bad. I forgot my move it. Yeah.
Okay, and then Super Mario RPG.
How do we? This is wait. Does this one count as an? Because they just they just like did the same pose. I mean, it's new. It's new.
It's new models. The background is a different color. But it is
for the Famicom version, Super Famicom, it was white.
Oh sure, okay.
This is just the Japanese box art.
But with new.
The American box art's fine for the SNES.
Oh no, I liked it. Yeah.
It's fine. It's. I would say this is like one of the few examples of a blank background, very simplistic, that I actually do think is good. But also, it's like you can picture a box art that's way better.
Well, I think what it just really should have been is like mostly white, like light gray, but with like stuff going on behind it, like kind of the background's like a little bit transparent, but you can see a little bit of stuff behind there. So there's still texture to it. I think the problem is flat.
Right, I was gonna mention because the Mario Wonder box art, it's not just white. Where Mario, there's that new pattern they made. For like the UI and stuff. Whereas this is white. I kind of like it, but it's probably still like C.
I think it works as an icon, but I don't think it works as box art because I think the white just like it feels unfinished, frankly.
Yeah, Mario RPG's world is so interesting. Yeah. And there's so many cool characters and stuff, and like, I mean, I guess they show the two main cool characters, Gino and Mallow. True. But
yeah,
they could have shown more of the world, even if they just fucking put the map.
Yes, totally.
Yeah. And
again, you can make it white, but you can make that white thing have a texture of the map or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Another Code Recollection.
I like this one a lot. Another very simple one.
Yeah, very simple.
But this art of Ashley is just really beautiful.
It is very good.
She's like kind of transparent with like some. You can see like her memories in her hair, which is pretty clever.
Yeah,
I like that a lot.
What's the second game called? Another Code R Shattered Memory? No.
Another Shattered Code R Two Memories.
Game. I like it. I'm gonna say C. I think it's. I like that art, but I think this is another thing that just does not really represent the game. I mean, there's no.
I would probably put it in B. Okay. But if you want to put it in C, I won't fight you. All right. I like it. I just like the art a lot.
The art's good. I like the watercolor stuff. Again, we're talking about hand-drawn aesthetic here. Lots of Switch games have that.
I would say it represents the game fairly well.
I mean,
it's about memories. Like, the entire plot of the game is memories, and the memories are in her head in the image.
True. I guess it's true, but there are
also the title. They cooked with that title.
Yeah, no, that's true. I agree with that. The Recalling Collection. Yeah. Mario vs. Donkey Kong. I like this box art. I think that the renders like coming out of those little jaggedy shapes is kind of fun. It's colorful.
Very cartoony. Very comic-y.
Yeah.
I think that fits the game.
I think it's good.
It's solid. I would say it's another C tier.
C or B. We can put in C.
You know what? I'm calling it my favor. Another code is B.
Fine. Okay. Fine. Sure.
Thank you. That's my favorite. I realize well, there's nothing else I care about on this list.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, because we're coming up to the most recently
We're basically
released
done.
game, which is purchased by
Yeah.
Showtime, which I think, I think is good. But I think the fact that it does the Odyssey thing, but I think a little bit worse
Hmm.
of having the different stuff, but it's not like at least the pictures matches like the travelogue sort of thing that Odyssey is going for. The ribbons separating the different plays, it actually doesn't really. I mean, only kind of represents what it's going for. So I think it gets a little bit busy, but I think it'd be fine with like a B tier for this one. I think it's good.
Yeah, I think it's good. I mean, comparing it to Odyssey, um, in each little image of Odyssey, Mario is much smaller, whereas in
Yes,
this, there's almost 4 full-size people
correct.
on this box art, which is a little much.
Yeah.
But I like what they were going for. I think they probably could have
And
done a
also,
little
at
bit
least
better. But
on
yeah,
this
I think
one,
he's fine.
you have Stella, unlike Forgotten Land, where you don't have
True.
Elfilin. So,
Yeah, why is Alpha not on that cover? That's really weird.
also, Bo, we're the kind of nerds that remember Elflin's name. You ever think about that?
Forgotten Land's one of my favorite Switch games. So
Yeah, but it's fucking Elflin.
Alpha's iconic. So the fuck up.
So C for this one, B. What are we feeling?
I think B. I think B's fine.
Okay.
I think B's
Bo?
good. Yeah, I like it.
B tier has
I don't know.
officially
We've stretched it.
been stretched thin. But we have very few left. Endless Ocean Luminous.
Well, now we're in the release, so these are the things I've looked at the least. I need to actually look. I need to really pull these up.
Endless Ocean,
Ocean
Luminous.
Luminous.
This is pretty good box art. This,
Just a whale and the scuba diver and
but
a turtle.
I like that they're silhouetted against the sun coming through the water.
Yeah.
I love the
Yeah,
the logo with a little line, little curvy line going. And the Luminous is glowing a little bit, Bo. Notice that. And also
That's true.
a little bit of coral, not only on the bottom, but a little bit in the top right corner, which I think balances
The
out.
coral really helps. Without the coral, this would be
Yeah, it would be
pretty
very
bad in my
well. You
opinion.
know what it
But
would
the
be?
coral, like,
It
yeah,
would be like the original Endless Ocean box art.
that is a great point.
And also,
how are you feeling
whale
for this?
shark, one of the best animals. Love whale sharks.
That's true.
Big fan of whale sharks. Turtles and dolphins, also good. Divers, solid.
I have little stake in Endless Ocean in general. I would probably put it in C. But
Okay,
if you want to
and
do
I would put it
B,
in A, so we'll balance it out to B.
okay, I think that's fine. Yeah. Really, you put it in A. You think it's as good as Everybody Want to Switch?
Yes, because I think that the simplicity of this one really matches the game. A lot
Sure.
of these
That's fair.
are simple, but then that doesn't really match the tone of the game. This absolutely does. And it also kind of goes for like a half hand drawn sort of painterly thing. I think it's really nice.
Sure.
Next up is Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, which is different.
Yeah, it's very different. I'm trying to figure out.
I don't. Here's the thing. I feel like I should like this because the curtains around the edges are like the play thing that Thousand Year Door is going for, but they kind of feel intrusive, and I don't think that red really matches Thousand Year Door. I think there's too much red going on here, because the logo's like an orange red, Mario is orange red, and the border's an orange red.
I like the halftone circles they have at the bottom for the crowd.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, the border is weird. It almost makes it feel like a Nintendo Select.
I agree. Yeah, well, actually, no, that's probably exactly what it is. I really hate the Nintendo Selects thing, where they put that red border on the box.
Yeah, without the border, I think it'd be actually pretty great, even.
But I think the border gives me fucking PTSD.
Yeah, I don't know. Why, like, in the way, like, Peach is, like, sticking out above the border, it looks fucking weird. Also, why is she... Now, this is the Claude thing from Three Houses. Why is, I can't remember their name from Thousand Year Door, but a lot of characters are, like, in a position that they should not be.
What do you mean?
A lot of sideways, a lot of upside down characters on this box art.
That's true.
Yeah.
Bo?
Look at the little Yoshi.
Bo, I just need to tell you where my mind went. When you said Claude, my mind went to the little Earth character from Elemental, whose name is Claude. CLOD.
I have not seen Elemental.
He was a meme last year when that movie was coming out.
I like how Bowser's eating the map.
But what? Where?
He's like, chewing on the
the
map.
corner. Yeah. Oh, that's kind of funny.
I would say this is B. Like, it's still really nice and it pops. Like I said, I really like the I like the logo a lot, although it's not as good as Craft the World.
Yeah.
And I like the like I said, the halftone for the crowd watching the play.
Mm-hmm.
But,
sure, yeah, a little comic booky thing, yeah.
Yeah, I would say B.
I'm gonna say B as well. I think the problem is they needed to choose one. They needed to choose the curtains as the border, or the border as the border. The fact they have both,
Yeah,
is
But
way
I
too
have
much.
that's too big.
It feels oppressive. Like it feels like it's being boxed in twice.
Yeah.
It's a little bit weird. So I'm okay with B.
We have our final Nintendo Switch game though.
The final.
This is the
Nintendo
final
Switch
one.
game ever.
We're not getting any more games after this.
Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. Now,
I have a couple things to say here.
Okay. All right,
First of all, the logo is
unleashed.
atrocious. The logo is atrocious. The logo for Dark Moon and even Luigi's Mansion 2 on 3DS, fine.
Yeah.
But having the 2 underneath and then the little like fucking,
HD.
you know, like when like YouTubers would put like 4K in their titles and thumbnails.
It definitely looks like.
It looks like that. It looks like that. But it has like the like a weird quirky,
You know what it looks like, though?
angular stuff.
It looks like it's on discount. It looks like they.
Yeah,
they
it's like it's like a little sale. It's like a Best Buy sale tag.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I cannot stand the logo for this.
I will say.
But also,
the ghost is there. The Boo. Great.
They did have Boo in there.
Great render of Luigi that has a little bit of a sort of like painterly thing to it. Lots of texture, little clay going on there. Great render for Luigi.
Yeah.
And it has you can see some shit in the background.
Yeah.
But the logo.
However, the logo. Okay, the logo is bad. The render of Luigi really great. However, Dark Moon on 3DS did the thing where it was like he was holding one to like the 3DS logo, and they couldn't replicate that here.
Oh, it's the same. Oh, my bad. I didn't realize it's the same.
Oh, will this count as the same box art? Actually, now that I think about it, I didn't even think about that.
Because I think
it's definitely higher quality.
It's higher quality, high resolution, but it's the exact same. The lighting is the same. Actually, the background is the same.
Well, it's better than Luigi's Mansion 3. We can say that.
Yeah, it is.
I'll probably put it in
because it's
B.
the last one.
Another
We'll
B.
count it. But I think I agree. Sure, B is fine.
Polterpup should be on this though.
Absolutely, and maybe one of the. I mean, I know maybe you don't want a foreground, but maybe one of the like default ghosts from. Dark Moon.
No. Those suck.
They have a little bit of color though.
I don't like them.
And
You're right. They would add some much needed like nice color balance.
Yeah. If you put 3 of them back there, you put like a blue one, an orange one, and a pink one. They're like exploding out of a door or something like that.
Well, what would make this game more indicative of, or what would make this box art more indicative of the actual game Dark Moon is if the lights were brightness in the man.
Well, it's
because this box art implies that there's dark areas in the game, and that's not true.
It's not the most exciting game to end on, but because we went in chronological order, Luigi Mansion 2 HD, which is kind of a sneak because this is by far the most similar box. If we
messed up.
What?
No, I'm just saying we messed up talking about it for so long and without realizing it's the same.
But
it's fine though.
Whatever. We wanted to end it off with a game that hasn't even come out yet. Thank you, everyone, very much for sitting with us for, I don't even know how long this took us, to be completely honest.
Right, I feel like we've been recording for like 3 hours. I actually don't know. It's been a while.
But I think this is the kind of horseshit Nintendo discussions that we like to have, that the people who watch these videos like to have. And so leave some comments about where we're wrong. Is there anything in S tier that you wouldn't put in there? Anything in D tier that you think should be higher? Anything in particular, any of these box sets that really jump out to you as specifically great or bad? Why? I really liked going through this and being like, oh, the colors and the framing of these things, and like,
This was fun.
I think this was very, very satisfying. And Bo, we can come back at the end of the Switch's life cycle when the last few games are coming out and add them to this tier list.
Yeah, we can save this image. I guess it's gonna be on YouTube.
Okay. Oh shit! Abram's here. He's interjecting.
Oh,
I heard from upstairs you guys are done. I want to just look at the list here before we end the video.
Okay.
Oh no! No!
No, yeah, this is for us. Here, come in.
So I'm allowed to waste your time. I can't hear Bo right now, but all I want to do is I just want to look at what you've done.
He's just saying no, by the way.
Okay. I just want to look at what you've done quickly and see how wrong you are here.
Okay.
Now, I think your S tier is okay. I think the Mario Brothers Wonder does not belong in double S tier.
I made a fucking case for this.
For it being in double S tier?
Yes. Yeah.
I think
I'm the one
my baseline was S tier, but he convinced me to double S.
Around Mario. I think that's a big issue here. I'm really just looking at your biome tier.
Why are you white?
When I was having lunch, keep in mind this is how long ago you guys have been doing this video for. When I was having lunch, I was hearing you talk about Star Allies. Star Allies and D is unconscionable. I think that's a very good piece of box art. And then otherwise, Endless Ocean should be higher than B by merit of it being Endless Ocean.
He tried to put it in A.
Pikmin 4 by merit of it being Pikmin. And I put Bayonetta up in S tier, but I'm going to be honest, this is a lot better of a tier list than I anticipated it was going to be. Because I've just been thinking, like, what kind of awful takes are they doing over the course of the last 3.5 fucking hours? But it's mostly pretty good.
You know, now that you mentioned it, though, I feel a little bad about Star Allies. I'm looking at the other games we have in D tier. Star Allies is not below M tier.
Okay, well we can move it up. We can
Yeah,
move
let's
Star
move that up
Allies
at least. Yeah, I think it's C.
C tier.
I mean, if that's
Yeah.
the best I can do, I'll take C.
All right, yeah, we're doing C
Yeah,
tier.
yeah. Looking at it next to like Kawashima's brain training is rough.
No, yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Because I think what we like really nailed in on for this bottom tier for C, not 3D All Stars tier, but D tier, is that these are the ones with blank backgrounds and not particularly great renders on top of that. Star Allies does not have a blank background. It's a little more dynamic than that. Obviously, Super Rush is it also has something going on in the background, but it's also
We just don't like that game,
no.
even though I kind of like it.
But again, I was doing an outro before I was really interrupted. Thank you for watching, everyone. Leave some comments, join our Discord, talk to us about this stuff. We'll see you next time.
See you guys.